Tonight's broadcast of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock High Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Join the Turlock High Bulldogs Quarterback Club for a breakfast buffet at Latif's in Turlock on Saturday, October 27th at 8 a.m. Come meet and hear from our players and coaches about all three games. Go Bulldogs!
It's that time of year again. The BONANDER BUICK GMC Fall Finale Sales Event is back, where you can get up to $15,000 off MSRP on select 2018 cars and trucks. And while you're visiting their dealership in downtown Turlock, check out the redesigned 2019 GMC Sierra pickup with great new features both inside and out. Give them a call at 209-850-3943, or to check out their entire selection online, go to bonanderbuickgmc.com.
Located at 1572 Fulkerth Road in Turlock, Lori Crivelli has been serving the local community for 25 years as a fully independent insurance agency specializing in commercial and agricultural insurance. Call 209-668-3319 to make an appointment to get a complete review of your current policy, or find them online at crivellisinsurance.com to get a free quote. Crivelli's Insurance, an agency you can count on.
We'd like to thank Nathan Dublevich, your local farmer's insurance agent, for his support of Harvest Bowl 2018. Nathan's office is located in downtown Turlock at 5 East Main Street, and you can reach him by phone at 209-485-9006. Nathan and his staff provide their clients with commercial, business, auto, home, life, and health insurance. For a free quote, go to his website at ndfarmers.com. Thank you to Nathan Dublevich, your local farmer's insurance agent.
Carrie Entrenayer Dentistry, the dentist for the Davis family for over 3 generations. Carrie has performed cleanings and fillings, crowns, and put on braces for our kids over the past 20 years. He is a great dentist. He's located right here in Turlock at 655 East Hawkeye Avenue. Call him today for an appointment, 667-6654, and his helpful staff will do you right. Carrie Entrenayer Dentistry. Are you looking for a family-friendly place to eat? Look no farther than Pizza Factory, located on West Monte Vista Avenue, right across from Stanislaus State University. They have great pizza, salads, wings, jalapeno cheesy bread, and so much more, including the beer wall. Multiple TVs and a party room with games for the kids. They are open daily from 11 to 9. and up to 10 p.m. on the weekends. Check them out. Pizza Factory on Monte Vista. Call them 634-5000 or order your pizza online.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Purchase an investment property? Or need help managing your current investment property? There's no better team in Turlock to handle all your real estate needs than Troy and Dave at Ulrich Real Estate. Give them a call at 209-678-5325 or 209-678-0060. You can always check them out on their website at ulrichrealestate.com. Ulrich Real Estate, serving the real estate needs of the Turlock community for over 10 years with great service in a simplified, down-to-earth way.
Now, under new management, HAUCK'S Grill is the best barbecue in town. Located at the corner of East Main Street and North Broadway in downtown Turlock, there is not a better place to catch a game. With over 20 TVs, you won't miss any of the action, and the food is delicious. If you haven't been to HAUCK'S lately, you haven't been to HAUCK'S.
This is Reggie Wright of Blue Chip Broadcasting, and when life has thrown me curveballs, I have enjoyed peace of mind knowing that Winton Ireland Strawman Green Insurance Agency has a game plan in place. Having served the Turlock area since 1913, Winton Ireland Strawman Green has the experience I can count on in crunch time. Specializing in risk management and cost containment services, they provide access to most major insurance carriers with offices in Turlock, Livingston, Modesto, and Oakhurst to best serve your needs. Winton Ireland Strawman Green is there when it counts. You can call 209-667-0995 or find them on the web at wisg.com. Don't let your season get away. Call Winton Ireland Strawman Green today.
When you're responsible for running a business, there's nothing more important than making sure you hire the right people. At Kinetic Works, they understand this, and they can help you with that process. Kinetic Works performs pre-employment drug screening, pre-employment physical testing, and fit-for-duty testing right there in their location on Gear Road. They have a great staff, flexible hours, and they guarantee to complete the entire process and get you the results of your pre-employment testing within 72 hours. Kinetic Works, give them a call, 250-2321.
Reggie Wright here, and as a coach, I'm all about the win-win. Turlock Direct Magazine provides just that through coupons and high-quality advertisements straight to your mailbox every month. Turlock Direct is great for the business owner to advertise and the consumer for discount opportunities. For more information, visit citydirectinc.com or call 209-675-7636 today. It's a win-win.
From cryotherapy procedures to one-on-one consultations, the Recovery Lab is open Monday through Saturday to help with all of your recovery needs. Located at 333 Crane Avenue in downtown Turlock, the staff is great and can assist you with all of your needs. Call 209-250-2321 to set up an appointment or find them on Facebook and Instagram at KW Recovery Lab. Recover as hard as you train.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one trying to sneak away and grab a snack before the game comes back on. I want to let you in on a secret. Like you, I'm an avid sports fan, and since my wife no longer allows me to leave the house bare-chested in face paint, I've discovered I can still go all out in support of my teams by visiting Crivelli's Shirts and More. Crivelli's carries all of the Turlock and Pitman gear you could ever need, including Letterman jackets, and they are the only officially licensed retailer of Stanislaus State. Family-owned and operated, Crivelli's is located in downtown Turlock at 310 Main Street. They're open Mondays through Fridays from 9 a.m. to 5:30 and Saturdays from 10 to 2. So what are you waiting for? Head on down to Crivelli's on Main Street and gear up.
I can't hear you, Larry. Larry, what's that? You can't hear me? Now I can. Got to keep it up close. Okay. Swallow it. That's what I used to tell Cass.
For the past 14 years, these two teams have met in the Harvest Bowl. Last 8 times have been the final game of the regular season. There is nothing like finishing the year with your rivalry game. Parents, players, fans, they all point to this game every year. Tonight, the stadium is full, the excitement is high, and the competition will be intense. What a game. Turlock is big and athletic. Pitman is disciplined and undefeated. The 15th annual Harvest Bowl is tonight, and you never know what's going to happen next. Don't go away. The BONANDER GMC pregame show starts now. And remember, you're watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl on NorCal SportsTV and Blue Chip Sports, presented by the Turlock High School Quarterback Club.
Tonight's broadcast of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock High Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Join the Turlock High Bulldogs Quarterback Club for a breakfast buffet at Latif's in Turlock on Saturday, October 27th at 8 a.m. Come meet and hear from our players and coaches about all 3 games. Go Bulldogs!
Tell me when I can go. Well, welcome
Yeah,
back.
we won't hear.
It is now time for the game setup, brought to you by Get in the Game, the podcast created by Blue Chip Sports Broadcasting. Get in the game.
Yeah, it's a weekly podcast, Eric. We do every week, providing both local, regional, and national sports coverage with a little humor, a lot of insight, and a whole lot of fun. Catch us every week. You can find us at bluechipbroadcasting.com, on iTunes. Search Get in the Game Blue Chip, or on Stitcher or Android Google Play. So check out Get in the Game every week.
My name's Eric Davis. I'll be doing the play-by-play along with my partner, Brian Nelson. We also have on the sideline the coach, Larry Johnson. Let's talk about this game, guys, and let's start with some series history. This is the 15th edition of the Harvest Bowl. The Pitman Pride lead the series 8-6, and they dominated the series early, winning 8 of the first 10 games, Brian.
Yeah, and they were in complete control. You had guys that were dominant players that went on to play collegiately and even professionally. Names like Colin Kaepernick, Aaron Harding, guys that played at a high level. And then now, Eric, all of a sudden the last 4 years, things have begun to change.
That is right, but of those 8 wins for Pitman, 6 of them were come from behind wins, and what that'll tell you is that Turlock High has been in the lead in 12 of the first 14 games, but they have ended up giving it away to Pitman late in the ballgame. But Turlock has won the last 4, and Brian, they have been dominant. They've won the last 4 by an average score of 34-17. They have been large and in charge.
Well, and I think a lot of it has to do, Eric, with the fact that the games have been very close and very competitive through the first half, even 2.5 quarters. And then the size and strength and power of that physical Turlock team, just more guys on the roster, more depth, less guys going two ways, wears down the smaller Pitman players, and ultimately Turlock kind of runs away. That's what happened last year. Pitman led at halftime, and Turlock pulled away in the second half to win 39-27.
So when the series started, the Pitman Pride had a winning streak of 4 in a row. Now the Turlock Bulldogs have a winning streak of 4 in a row. Nobody has won 5, so tonight Pitman looking to stop that train. This is the second time in the last 3 years that both teams have come into this one undefeated in conference play. This year, Turlock 6-3. They are 4-0 in the CCAL. Pitman, they have run the table perfectly. They are a perfect, unblemished 9-0. They are also 4-0 in conference coming into this one. And Brian, this game is for all the conference marbles.
Oh, it is, and it's the first CCAL championship in the history of the brand new conference. And so for these two teams to be the first team to win that conference championship would be a great feather in their cap. And these are two programs that have been consistently strong postseason teams for many years now, and we expect another great and exciting game tonight.
Absolutely, and just like every other year, this game sold out quick and fast, and if you're not in the stadium, the only way you can see this is on NorCal TV. Let's take a quick look at the Pitman Pride. They are a perfect 9-0, and Coach Larry Johnson, they are being led by a quarterback, Trayton Fair, who has been very efficient in the passing attack.
He has. I saw him play last Friday against Downey, and he was composed. When they were behind in the third quarter, he led his team to a score, and they end up winning that ball game 37-33. Talking to Coach Tyler, he said he's been a pleasure to work with. He is a leader. He takes command out there on the field and has led him to the 9-0 season.
Well, he is 64 out of 94 for over 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, only 1 interception. I think, Coach, if you're the Pride tonight, that has to continue. You cannot turn the ball over.
No doubt about it. They've got to control the line of scrimmage. They've got to keep their defense off the field. And he does have a pretty good weapon to go to through the air and on the ground, and that's Mr. Bass. And he is their big offensive threat, Peyton Bass.
They do have another threat on the ground. They have a 1,000-yard rusher in Jacob Partita. He's carried the ball 46 times for over 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. They can do it on the ground, too.
Exactly. He's not a big back, but he's shifty. He's got quick feet, and he gets the big yard when they need it.
Let me know what you think about the Pitman defense, Coach. A little bit undersized, but they have been able to shut down opponents all year.
They're really scrappy. Downey gave them all kinds of problems with their spread offense, and Pitman stayed right in there and battled right to the end, although they did lose one of their key defensive players, Andrew Vang, who won't be able to play tonight. He went out in about the third quarter against Downey, but they were scrappy. They stayed with it and fought right to the end and got the W.
Another tough loss for the Pride tonight is Denzel Streckren. He is not going to be lining up. He's got a broken collarbone and will miss this game. A senior who led the team in receiving coming into the Harvest Bowl, unable to go tonight. Brian, let's flip the sidelines. Let's take a look at the Bulldogs. Turlock comes in 6-3. Don't be deceived.
No, they're not. Don't be deceived by that, because their 3 losses, Eric, are to 3 teams all ranked in the top 100 in the state of California, including Central Ohio Fresno, who is ranked 12th in the state and has dominated teams like Grant and Clovis, big-time programs. Their other 2 losses to Sheldon High School and Freedom High School, both close games all the way to the end. Both those teams ranked in the top 100. Turlock has played a very difficult schedule, all in preparation for conference play, and in particular this game tonight.
They are led by a senior quarterback, just like the Pride is, Jonah Kosakewicz.
Kosakewicz, we saw him last year, Eric. A little bit of a slow start in the first half, and then he dominated the game in half number 2. He is a dual-threat quarterback. He can throw the ball. He's got 12 touchdowns against 5 interceptions, and he can also run the football, being the Bulldogs' leading rusher.
Well,
go ahead.
Not only that, he's accounted for over 2,000 yards of total offense, 19 touchdowns, 7 on the ground, 12 through the air. He has been phenomenal as long as he plays within himself. That's where he gets in trouble.
And that's the thing I was going to say. The one issue for Jonah is that he has a propensity to turn the ball over. He's fumbled 5 times. He's thrown 5 picks. He has got to do a good job of taking care of the football tonight, because he's got lots of weapons.
Well, Cameron Sherwood is his leading wide receiver. Sherwood, a tight end wide receiver type.
Yeah, and he's a guy that can stretch the field. He's that Rob Gronkowski, George Kittle kind of player now, where he can go down the middle and he runs away from linebackers and he can even run away from safeties. Big, strong, physical guy, but the guy I'm really looking forward to is a guy on the outside who handles the ball both in the backfield and as a wide receiver, and that's Lucas Curtis.
Tell us a little bit about Lucas. He's 6 foot, 185 pounds. What does he bring to the table?
He's a big play guy. He is a guy who is extremely talented. He can run the football. He's 3rd on the team in rushing. He's 2nd on the team in receiving. They will move him all over the field. He'll be very difficult to find, and he's a guy they've got to get the ball in his hands because he makes big plays.
Curtis has also scored 19 touchdowns, 15 on the ground, 4 through the air. Anthony Frias is a running back. He runs hard for Turlock.
Yeah, not a big kid, not the fastest kid, but he is a very physical, tough runner in between the tackles, hangs on to the football, and he's the kind of guy you want to grind out those first downs and keep that defense off the field.
And the final guy we want to highlight is a big 6'8", 290-pound junior, Everett Johnson. Plays on both the offensive end and defensive line.
Yeah, you will find him tonight. Whether you're here in the stadium or whether you're on TV watching, he is a big boy. Everett Johnson, early commit to Cal Berkeley. He is a big-time talent, both literally and he's a guy that really can dominate a game from the offensive line.
He's a big guy that can take control.
Yes,
that's what we can say. Hey, we're going to take a short break. When we come back to you, we'll talk about what to watch for, brought to you by Winton, Ireland, Strom, and Green. In the meantime, you're watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl on NorCal SportsTV and Blue Chip Sports. It is brought to you in part by the Turlock High Quarterback Club and Winton, Ireland, Strom, and Green. Are you looking for a family-friendly place to eat? Look no farther than Pizza Factory, located on West Monte Vista Avenue, right across from Stanislaus State University. They have great pizza, salads, wings, jalapeno cheesy bread, and so much more, including the beer wall. Multiple TVs and a party room with games for the kids. They are open daily from 11 to 9 and up to 10 p.m. on the weekends. Check them out. Pizza Factory on Monte Vista. Call them 634-5000 or order your pizza online.
Looking to buy or sell your home, purchase an investment property, or need help managing your current investment property? There's no better team in Turlock to handle all your real estate needs than Troy and Dave at Ulrich Real Estate. Give them a call at 209-678-5325 or 209-678-0060. You can always check them out on their website at ulrichrealestate.com. Ulrich Real Estate, serving the real estate needs of the Turlock community for over 10 years with great service in a simplified, down-to-earth way.
Welcome back to Joe Debley Stadium. The Captains are out at midfield for the coin flip. And as we're watching the coin flip, let's talk about some of the key players to watch. And, Coach, key players for you on the Pitman side.
Well, Fair to begin with, number 12, the quarterback, and Peyton Bass, number 15. He's the big go-to guy, and he's going to play both sides of the ball. He played defense last week, and Coach Tyler said he's really key in filling in for the injured Steckman.
Brian, taking a look at Turlock, who is the key player you want to watch tonight?
I think it's Lucas Curtis. I think he can do so many things offensively. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays a little defense along with Jonah Kosakevich. Those are two guys that really, really can have a huge impact on this ball game.
And I'm going to throw my opinion in there, though nobody really cares, but I'm going to throw it out for Pitman. I like Peyton Bass. I want to see what he can do in his game-breaking ability. And then I've got to see Everett Johnson, one of the best big linemen in the area. As you're looking out midfield, you can see that Pitman won the coin toss, and they have elected to receive to start the ball game. Turlock will be on defense here at Joe Debley Field. And, you know, Brian, as you're looking at this game, and oftentimes we boil the game down to a game of numbers. Talk to me about what the key and telling stat might be here in this one tonight, in your opinion.
I think it's going to be turnovers, Eric, because I think for Pitman to be able to compete for 4 quarters, they're going to have to turn Turlock over a couple of times, in particular deep in Turlock territory, to give themselves a short field. This is a very big, physical Turlock defense, and I think short fields are going to be really important. The other thing, Eric, number of plays. Pitman wants this to be a short game with very few plays. Turlock wants it to be long.
Well, the Pitman band about to play the national anthem. Let's see how much of that we can pick up. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Pitman High School Marching Band, one of the finest high school marching bands around.
They're big-time talent, Eric. They've been all across the country playing for parades and inaugurations. Mr. Modesto does a fantastic job with the Pitman High Marching Band.
Well, just before the opening kickoff, Brian, let's talk about Nelly's notes.
All right, Eric, a couple of things. For Pitman High, to be successful tonight, as we talked about, they have got to turn Turlock over. They have got to force turnovers to shorten the field, and they've got to limit the loss. They cannot have big negative plays on offense, and they cannot have penalties. For Turlock High School, discipline D. We have watched Pitman. This is our 9th consecutive Harvest Bowl. They're going to be very disciplined on offense. If you overcommit, they're going to cut back behind you and make a big play. And on offense, just be Jonah. Jonah Kosakevich, you don't have to be Superman tonight. Just be Jonah and make it real simple. If he does that, Turlock's got a great chance to win.
Well, it's just about time for the opening kickoff, brought to you by Kinetic Works. Kinetic Works, your choice for local pre-employment testing. And guys, sit back, relax, buckle in. This one promises to be another classic. Turlock will be in their white jerseys, blue numbers. They're moving from our left to our right. And we are getting set for the kickoff. Marcus Garza, is back deep to receive. As the Bulldog kicker Christian Gardner tees it up. And this one is about to get going. The 15th edition of the Harvest Bowl. Gardner approaches the ball, toe to pigskin, and we are underway. Back to get it is Garza, and Garza catches it in the end zone for a touchback.
And that is the 21st touchback by Garza this year. That is a big weapon that Turlock has that Pitman does not.
So the Bulldogs will start on defense. The Pride on offense at the 20-yard line. Leading the team out will be the quarterback, Trayton Fair. Fair, a 6 foot, 160-pound senior. As the Pride run a version of the wing offense, they break their huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. Fair, handoff, gives it over to Vasquez, and he cuts back up the middle. Not much there. Bulldog defense in a swarm.
I think one thing people need to watch, Eric, is the size of the Bulldogs defensively. Kosakevich going to play both ways tonight. He is going to be the strong safety with Fountain 6'5" at free safety, and Dirksey and Fountain on the ends both stand 6'3", 6'4".
Handoff up the middle, big hole. Across the 30, gets a first down. On the carry was Jacob Partita. That quick hitter, he found a hole. On the stop out there was Kosakevich.
That was a great block by the center. Pinned that noise guard, allowed Partita to cut back inside and pick up a first down. First down of the night for the Pride.
Partita, a pickup of about 10 on the carry. Fair, handoff, trying to bounce outside is Bass. Not a lot there. 52 gets out there on the stop. That's Cesar Rocha. And we're going to give no gain to Peyton Bass on the carry.
One thing we have not talked about yet, Eric, is the fact that Pitman loves to play with pace. There is a rhythm to which they want to play offense, and they want to get up to the line quickly.
Fair, play action fake, blitz coming, throws over the middle, incomplete. Kosakevich came off his man and made a dive, but could not make the play.
Well, and that is something that is very unusual, and that is the fact that Trayton Fair had some pressure. He has only been sacked, Eric, 4 times this entire season. And so for Turlock to get some pressure on him early, big, force the incompletion, and now 3rd and long. Something we said Pitman has got to stay away from to be successful tonight offensively.
3rd down and 9.5, let's call it 10. Ball in the middle of the field on the 30-yard line. Fair out of the gun. Rolls out to his right, throws it across the middle, in trouble, and the ball is knocked loose. Ball intended for Harinder Garcha, and the Bulldogs had that one well defensed.
Yeah, nice job. And again, Fair having to throw off his back foot. Pressure that time coming up the middle from Cesar Rocha. And the Pride will have to punt it away.
So the first punt of the day. Pride get a first down. And then are stopped on 3 successive plays. Back deep in punt formation is Ricardo Aguilar. That is not Ricardo Aguilar. That is number 2, who I do not have on my roster. So the punter gets it off. It's a good punt. It's going to bounce at the 35. Picked up there by the Bulldogs. Dancing around at the 35. Makes a player miss. Coming to the near side. Brought down from behind. Dalton Lynn got a little fancy with his feet. He was stopped out there by Colby Vieira. A 5-yard return. And the Bulldogs are going to take over at their own 40. Good field position for Turlock.
Yeah, and a nice tackle. Open field. It looked like the punt returner had a ton of open space here to the near side, but a great tackle, shoestring tackle, to minimize that return.
Miguel Pena comes out wide to the right. Cameron Sherwood in the slot. Kosakevich out of the gun. Offense is spread. Handoff. Fake handoff. Kosakevich keeps it and struggles forward for 2 yards up the middle. That is Jonah Kosakevich, his first carry tonight. Picks up a couple. 2nd down and 8 on the stop for the Pride was number 37, who I also do not have on
Tyler,
my roster.
Coach's kid.
So my numbers are off, Brian.
Now, Dalton Lynn was the returner. Yeah, that was Scott Tyler, number 37.
Fake handoff. Kosakevich is looking. He rolls to his left now. Buys time. Has time. Going to decide to run. Turns the corner. Might have gotten a yard. Maybe 2. Chased out of bounds over there. Well, we'll try to get the roster situation straightened away. But Garrett Bosch was over there. Third down. No gain by Kosakevich on the sprint out to the left. Fake handoff. Kosakevich in trouble, feeling the pressure. Dancing around in the back of the pocket. Escapes 3 guys. He's got time. There's a block and a flag back deep. Throws it to a wide open receiver at the 34 where it is caught by Holden Baldwin, but there is going to be
there's going to be
a penalty
holding
in the backfield.
Oh, lots of holding.
Kosakevich was on the run in the back. And there's a personal foul. Legal block in the back. Let's take another look at that play. Kosakevich. Here comes 54, and it's a blindside hit. Didn't let the guy get his head around. Penalty is going to be on big Everett Johnson.
Well, and when Everett Johnson at 6'8", 290 does that, everybody sees it.
So they're going to back him up all the way. That is a large penalty, friends.
It's 15 yards from the spot of the foul, so it ends up being almost a 25-yard negative play. So this will be 3rd and forever. But one thing we didn't get a chance to talk about in the pregame show, Eric, is the Bulldogs have had a problem with penalties this year. They average nearly 90 yards a game in penalties.
That is a chunk. And now it is 3rd and forever. From the 16-yard line, the Bulldogs got to get out to the 50. As the officials are still conferring out around the 30-yard line. They get everything straightened out, I think. And here we go. It is 3rd and very, very long. 9:13 left here in the first quarter. Kosakevich takes a snap, straight drop, feeling the pressure, rolls to his left, throws it deep across the middle, and there was nobody there. It was intended for Sherwood, but the ball falls harmlessly at the feet of 3 Pitman Pride defenders. So that'll be a 3 and out for the Bulldogs, and they'll have to kick it away.
And this is an area, Eric, that has been a problem for Pitman, and that is the fact that for Turlock High, they have not done a good job punting this year. They average just 28 yards a punt.
Back deep to receive the kick for the Pride is Calvin Paul. Back in kick formation is Christian Gardner. He takes the snap. Kick gets off. Decent kick. It's going to be caught at the 43-yard line. He is going to be brought down at the 50. Flag on the play.
I think it's
on
face
the stop
mask.
was Ryan Birch.
I think we're going to have a face mask on the Bulldogs. So that is a 40-yard kick, 6-yard return, but it may be even better field position for Pitman after the penalty.
Coach, did you see it down there?
It may be a block in the back.
We're going to get a chance to see it there. Yeah, it was a block in the back against the Pride, as you saw that replay. And that's going to back the Pride back to the 39-yard line. So 10-yard mark off. Second penalty of the game, 1 on each side.
And an early injury for Turlock High School. Kalen Flowers, starting guard, limped off the field on that last play.
Fair, under center, handoff, second man through. That's Bass, and he's going to get a few straight ahead. On the stop, first of all, was Christian Cruz. He got there first. And that'll be a 5-yard pickup right up the middle for Bass. Second down, 5 yards to go. Again, the Pride to the line quickly. Snap, first man through. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for 2. On the carry, I believe it was Partita. On the stop was Devin Bradley, the nose tackle. 2-yard pickup for Partita. He's now carried twice for 12 yards.
And this is where Pitman wants to be. 3rd and short, where they have the ability to run or pass.
Got to stay ahead of the chains. Under 8 minutes to play here, first quarter. Pride take the snap. Running around the outside is Vasquez. He's caught in the backfield by a knifing Jaden Jackson. He came off the outside and dropped him for a loss in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 3, bring up 4th down and 6.
Jaden Jackson, the junior, a little bit of an unsung player, plays that middle linebacker position, Eric. A lot of attention goes to the big defensive line and defensive ends. But Jackson, a very solid defender. He made a big play there on 3rd down to force another punt.
So once again, Caden Speckens back to punt. Back to return is Dalton Lynn. Lynn sets up on his 16-yard line. Speckens takes a snap, couple of steps, gets off the punt towards the far side of the field. Big bounce into the hands of Lynn. He catches it, and he's brought right down on the 15-yard line. Down there quickly was Donovan Feria. He was joined on the play by Dion Scaria. So the Bulldogs will get their second possession. Not much offense here in the early going for either side.
Well, Eric, it's kind of like a big-time fight, old heavyweight battles we used to watch when we were younger. Two teams kind of feeling each other out a little bit here in the first quarter.
6:59 to play. Kosakevich out of the spread. Fakes the handoff, goes around the far side, breaks a tackle. He's going to get out to the 25. He's going to roll out of bounds by Bass. But I believe Kosakevich is going to have enough for a first down. He's out across the 25.
One of the unique things about Kosakevich that you see is different than most quarterbacks. He actually looks for contact. He is a very physical runner, a former running back earlier in his high school and Pop Warner career. Transitioned to quarterback the last couple of years. He is a very tough physical runner. He is not afraid of delivering a blow.
First Bulldog first down. Bulldogs will run their spread all night long. Generally, you'll see 2 wide receivers to both sides of the field, a single back, and Kosakevich operating out of the backfield in the shotgun. Kosakevich takes the snap, gives it to the back. That is Frias. Frias off of the right guard, and he picks up about 3 yards. Getting there before anybody else was Garrett Bosch.
And already we've heard Bosch names called a couple times here tonight. The middle linebacker, one of the top tacklers for the Pride. He needs to have a big game tonight, especially with Vang missing at that nose guard position.
4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 10. They'll look to run over the right side behind Johnson a lot, cutting straight up the middle and dragging a couple of players was Frias. On the stop was Juan Mora. Mora, an interesting story. Sophomore, 5'10", 225 pounds. He'll play both ways tonight. He'll get a lot of work in.
Well, he's filling in for Vang on the defensive line. And so he is going to get a lot of plays in tonight. Be one of those kids going to sleep real well when this is over.
Give Frias a couple on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Kosakevich out of the gun. Pressure coming. Kosakevich in trouble. Runs to his right. Fires. The ball is caught by Sherwood down the far sideline. And he is going to take the pig to the pasture. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Sherwood made the catch. Tiptoed down the sideline and goes all the way for a score. And get a chance to see this one on replay here in just a second, but Sherwood and Kosakevich hook up for a long touchdown.
Well, and Eric, it looked like Kosakevich threw it into triple coverage, and somehow, some way, Sherwood came down with it. And then I don't know what happened to the safety, but it's like he was bent down trying to tie his shoe instead of making a tackle, and Sherwood ran right by him and ran it in for the first touchdown, first score of the game for Turlock.
Coming on for the extra point is Gardner. The hold by Curtis. The snap is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 5:01 to play in the first quarter, the Turlock Bulldogs have taken a 7-0 lead. Just a reminder, you are watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl on NorCal SportsTV and Blue Chip Sports, brought to you in part by the Turlock High Quarterback Club and Winton, Ireland, Strawman Green.
It's that time of year again. The Bonander Buick GMC Fall Finale Sales Event is back, where you can get up to $15,000 off MSRP on select 2018 cars and trucks. And while you're visiting their dealership in downtown Turlock, check out the redesigned 2019 GMC Sierra pickup with great new features both inside and out. Give them a call at 209-850-3943, or to check out their entire selection online, go to BONANDERBuickGMC.com.
Located at 1572 Fulkerth Road in Turlock, Lori Crivelli has been serving the local community for 25 years as a fully independent insurance agency specializing in commercial and agricultural insurance. Call 209-668-3331.
Kill that.
That's okay. How much longer? Welcome back, everybody. Turlock getting ready to kick off. Gardner approaches. High kick. Deep, just short of the end zone. Taken on the one by Garrett Bosch. He's going to go to the far side where he is hit and brought down before he gets back to the 20. On the tackle was Ronnie Martinez, a 5'9", 202-pound linebacker.
Well, and earlier this year, Eric, Bulldogs had a tough time defending kickoffs. They allowed back-to-back kickoff returns for touchdowns in a game against Sheldon and really eliminated any chance they had in that game to come back and win it. And now they pin Pitman deep at inside their own 17-yard line.
So the first moment of a little adversity for the Pride. See how they respond. Their offense comes up to the ball. 1st and 10, the ball on the 17-yard line. Fair gives it over to Bass. Bass is going to be brought down. Shoestring tackle over there by by Jake Dirksey. So Bass picks up a couple. He's having a hard time finding running room. 3 carries now for 7 yards. Ball out to about the 19-yard line. 2nd down and 8. And Brian, I think you were right. These guys have to stay ahead of the chains. The Pride has to stay ahead of the chains.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to convert 3rd and longs.
Fair drops back. He's going to throw on 2nd down. He's got a receiver. Hits him coming back towards the football. Bass makes the catch. He's brought down on the 22-yard line by Landon Magina.
And I wonder, Eric, if Bass may have stepped out of bounds trying to come back for that pass. Coach, what did you see down there? Do you think he stepped out?
That's what it looked like from that side because the official right there dropped the flag right when he made his cut to come back on the field.
And it did look like illegal participation, which is something that you cannot do. You cannot step out of bounds and come back into the field of play.
And be the first one to touch the ball.
Touch the ball, yep.
And that's what happened there, and that's going to cost the Pride.
Going to cost them 5 yards. And it'll be 2nd down and about 13 yards to go now. Going to wind the clock as Joey Vasquez comes back in for the Pride. He'll be shuttling the play in. 4:02 in the first quarter. And Turlock High with a 7-0 lead over Pitman here in the 15th annual Harvest Bowl.
And Eric, now Christian Cruz at free safety instead of Kozakevich.
Fair keeps the ball after a double fake. He's got a man wide open down the seam, and he cannot hold on to it. Ricardo Aguilar had his man beat. The ball couldn't quite get to where it needed to, and Christian Cruz defends it.
Who just checked into the game, and Aguilar now the deep threat for the Pride with Steckren out with that collarbone injury. So now another 3rd and long, Eric, for the Pride, something they have tried so desperately to stay out of, but it has not happened so far in this ballgame. You're 0 for 2 on 3rd downs.
3rd and long, 3rd and about 13. Trayton Fair has started this one 0 for 3. That's something that does not happen. The man completes it at almost a 70% clip. Fair takes the snap, drops back, blitz coming, throws a screen, caught out there by Partita. He cuts upfield, breaks one tackle. He's going to be run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Run out of bounds by Jonah Kozakevich. Flag late, but a nice completion from about the 14-yard line. They're going to get it out to about the 30, so a 16-yard completion.
An injured player on the field, Eric. It's going to be Aguilar. We'll see what the penalty is. And they're going to call personal foul on Kozakevich for a late hit out of bounds.
And that's another 15-yarder against the Bulldogs. So they'll tack that on top of the first completion for 16 yards. And all of a sudden, instead of having 3rd and long back on the doorstep of their own goal line, in one play, they find themselves out to the 45 and in good position.
And for Kosakevich, that was so unnecessary. He had already controlled him. He was out of bounds. That's just gift wrapping 15 yards to the Pride.
As you look at the replay, it was just that little extra shove at the end that got him. They missed, actually, the second shove as well from one of the Pride players on Kosakevich. Normally, the second guy gets caught, not the first guy.
And that's actually when I saw the flag. That's what I thought they were going to call. But Aguilar off, Bill, he seems to be coming off on his own power.
And Aguilar, an important member of the Pride tonight.
So now the Pride going to be down to their third wide receiver.
Vasquez again shuttles the play in. Far side of the field goes Nathan Borelli. I formation, handoff, up back, Partita. He goes over the left tackle, Dirksey on the stop, and he's going to pick up about 3. So Partita goes for 3 yards.
And this is what Pitman needs to do. Just continue to keep the clock running, shorten the game, keep that Bulldog defense on the field.
Again, lineup, I formation. Handoff, fake handoff. Coming around on a misdirection play is Marcus Garza. Nothing there. The Bulldogs read that. And on the stop was Cameron Sherwood.
And
no gain.
And Jaden Jackson again able to clean it up. He has been all over the field for the Bulldogs here in the first quarter.
Bring up 3rd down and 8. Ball at the Pride 47. Snap. Fair. Drops back. Avoids the pressure. Completes it to Partita. Spins away from one player. He is going to be brought down from behind by Garrett Fountain. Short gain by Partita. He picks up 2. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 6.
So now the Pride just 1 for 4, Eric, on 3rd down. This is a team coming into this game, 44% conversion rate on 3rd down this season.
Again, back in punt formation is Caden Speckens.
Averaging 40 yards a kick thus far in the first quarter.
Dalton Lynn in punt return position. He's standing on his own 11. Speckens gets a kick off the side of his foot. That is into the stands on the far side. That is going to be a really short punt. It looked like my duck hooked off the tee.
Wow. Hey, Coach, that have you seen that before, Eric, hit one like that? I know you've seen me hit one like that before.
Oh, yeah. Lots of times.
Hey, easy does it there.
All right, Eric, just a 13-yard punt.
Wow.
Bulldogs take over in great field position on the 43. And, you know, Speckens has been kicking the ball very well all year long. He'd love to have that one back. Kosakevich with Curtis in motion, flags fly. And legal procedure, the call against the Bulldogs.
For the Bulldogs, that is penalty number 3 for already 45 yards, Eric. That's not good.
No, that's going the wrong way and going the wrong way fast.
Now for the Pride, I think very important defensively here. We talked about turning Turlock over. Can you get a turnover here in Turlock territory? Try to get the momentum back on your side of the field.
1st and 15 with 1:47 to play first quarter. Bulldogs up 7-0. Curtis in motion. Kosakevich guns it across the middle in a hurry. It is caught there. Tackled immediately after Sherwood came down with the ball. Going to pick up 7 on that completion to Sherwood. Second time Kosakevich has found Sherwood.
Eric, interesting matchup here when Holden comes to this, Holden Baldwin comes to this side of the field, and now you got Sherwood 6'2", 215 up against Joey Vasquez, 5'7", 145.
Snap, handoff, in motion. Coming at us is Lucas Curtis. And knifing in to make a big stop is Calvin Paul. It looked like there might be some room there for Curtis to work. Instead, he's going to be hit for a loss back to the 43-yard line, making it 3rd and 10, a loss of 2.
Heck of a play by Paul coming up, because you're right, Eric. There was a caravan ready for him on the edge if he would able to get past Paul. But Paul comes up, makes a great tackle in the open field, and now it's 3rd and long for the Bulldogs.
Kosakevich takes the snap, drop back, clean pocket, looking downfield. Going down was Curtis. On the defense was Paul. No call on the incidental contact.
Yeah, that was an excellent no call by the back judge. There was no foul there. That was Curtis just tripped. And had he not tripped, that might have been 6.
Yep.
He had a step and a half on the DB.
Came right down that middle seam. Instead, the Bulldogs going to have to punt. Paul going back to receive the kick. Gardner going to punt it. Takes the snap, his step. It's high and short. Ball is going to hit the ground at the 29, take a Bulldog bounce inside the 20. Where it'll be down at about the 19-yard line. And the Pride will take over 1st and 10 once again with 30 seconds left.
38-yard
in
punt.
The first half.
No return. Eric, want to let everybody know that this game is being filmed by The Blitz, the Valley's only weekly web show dedicated to high school football. Watch highlights and analysis from tonight's game tomorrow night at turlockjournal.com and find out who will be named the Kinetic Works Recovery Lab Impact Player of the Game. The Blitz, high school football from the field to your screen.
Pride break the huddle. Split backs in the backfield. Whistles blow.
You know, one thing that didn't happen, Eric, on that is the clock never ran during the punt. It was 30 seconds on the incompletion, and there was still 30 seconds when the Pride went to snap the ball.
Let's see, they're going to try to get the clock straightened out.
Should be about, I'd say, 20 seconds or so left. That ball bounced and rolled for a while. We'll see what the officials timekeeper.
Well, we're waiting to see if it changes from 28.2.
They're going to put it back
the first
to 30.
quarter.
What was that, Coach?
They're going to put it back to 30.
To 10 minutes. We're going to start all over. As the scoreboard shows 10 minutes, I don't think that's what anybody wants. Hey, Coach, very hard-hitting defensive ball game here to start out.
It really has. The defense on both sides have pretty much controlled the flow of the game.
And really, the one score, Coach, was the ball that was thrown into triple coverage where everybody kind of knocked each other off on the Pitman side, and Sherwood took it the distance.
Exactly. I was watching it down here on the screen. It went right through a Pitman defender's hands, and Curtis caught it and took off. And then it was Bass who stumbled down trying to make the tackle.
Well, we're still working on the clock. They've got it back to 2 minutes now.
What is it with games we do and clock issues?
It is, we bring them with us, I guess.
Yes, we now know who the issue is.
We are the clock virus.
They're trying to put 30 seconds back on the clock is what
But the
they're
interesting
saying.
thing, Coach, is that it should be 20 seconds because it was 30 seconds before the punt was
exactly
kicked. So it's 20 seconds.
So everybody on the Pitman sideline trying to get him to get it right. And it still shows 20 seconds now. As we all wait with bated breath, and now it
And
shows
we're going to go back. So that
30
punt took a tenth of a
seconds.
second.
There you go.
Tenth of a second on the punt.
Hey,
oh, well.
world's fastest punt.
Yes. We're going to assume this will probably be the final play of the first quarter.
1st and 10, ball on the 19. Fair, back split in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. Nothing there. Partita somehow spun his shoulders and fell forward, and he's going to get credit for a 2-yard carry. On the stop out there for the Bulldogs was Casey Carr. And that should run us down to the end of the quarter somehow. A 2-yard pickup. It's the end of one. Turlock High 7. Pitman Pride, nothing. And remember, you're watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl on NorCal Sports TV and Blue Chip Sports. It's brought to you in part by the Turlock High Quarterback Club and Crevelli's Shirts and More.
We'd like to thank Nathan Dublevich, your local farmer's insurance agent, for his support of Harvest Bowl 2018. Nathan's office is located in downtown Turlock at 5 East Main Street, and you can reach him by phone at 209-485-9006. Nathan and his staff provide their clients with commercial, business, auto, home, life, and health insurance. For a free quote, go to his website at ndfarmers.com. Thank you to Nathan Dublevich, your local farmers insurance agent.
Carrie.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one trying to sneak away and grab a snack before the game comes back on. I want to let you in on a secret. Like you, I'm an avid sports fan, and since my wife no longer allows me to leave the house bare-chested in face paint, I've discovered I can still go all out in support of my teams by visiting Crivelli's Shirts and More. Crivelli's carries all of the Turlock and Pitman gear you could ever need, including Letterman jackets. And they are the only officially licensed retailer of Stanislaus State. Family owned and operated, Crivelli's is located in downtown Turlock at 310 Main Street. They're open Mondays through Fridays from 9 a.m. to 5:30 and Saturdays from 10 to 2. So what are you waiting for? Head on down to Crivelli's on Main Street and gear up.
The Pride open up the second quarter with the football. Play action fake. Fair looks to throw. Throws it high. Good catch out there by Aguilar. He's going to be dropped at the 31, but that's enough for a first down. 10-yard pickup.
Aguilar, who had come off the field slowly in the Pride's previous possession, able to get back out there, make a big play, get another first down for Pitman. That is their third first down of this ball game. Gets them out from behind their own goal line. They got first and 10 at their own 31-yard line. You can see when Fair has time to throw, very accurate passer.
Well, after going 0 for 3 to start the game, he's 3 of 6 for 28 yards. Fair, handoff up the middle. Bass, he finds a little crease, gets his shoulders through the right side, and picks up 5. On the stop out there was Jaden Jackson.
And Peyton Bass is a guy, when the ball is in his hands, the opposing team's defensive coordinator has his heart in his throat because he is a home run hitter every time he touches the football. That time the Bulldogs able to limit him to just a 4-yard gain.
Second down and 6, the ball on the near hash mark. Pride break the huddle, one wide receiver to the wide side of the field. Handoff up the middle, Partita. Partita comes down the line on the left side, turns his shoulders, finds a crease. Gets out near the 40. We're going to call it the 39-yard line. So there's a 4-yard pickup, making it third and 2. Partita getting the tough yards inside.
Now, last time the Pride had third and short, they ran that little slot back, come across sweep, and the Bulldogs were waiting for it. See if they change, maybe go back to Partita up the middle.
Back split, handoff. First guy through is Partita, and he goes nowhere.
That's what they did, and it didn't work.
Bulldog defense was waiting for him. No gain, and on the stop, first one there, Cesar Rocha.
And decision time for Coach Tyler now. 4th and short, Coach. You're in your own territory, but you're the underdog. What are you going to do?
You better punt it.
It looks like they're going to go for it. Sending in Marcus Garza with the play. Gutsy call here from Coach Tyler. This year, Pitman converting 64% of their 4th down attempts.
Fair. Handoff. Partita. He's not going to get there. They're going to shut him down at the 40-yard line. We're going to give him a yard on the carry, but that's not enough. Looked like it was Jake Dirksey in on the stop. And the Bulldogs are going to take over on downs. Big stand by the Bulldog defense right there. As you watch the replay, they just wanted Partita to get the tough yards.
Well, we said last time they ran the sweep, it didn't work because of penetration. This time, that front of that Bulldog defensive front, we talked their front 7 really, really good. They're able to stonewall, and now Turlock's got the ball in plus territory at the Pride 40 with a chance to build on a 7-0 lead.
Kosakevich lone back in the backfield is Frias. 2 wide receivers each side. Snap to Kosakevich, looks to throw. Throws it just over the head of Cameron Sherwood.
And right now, Kosakevich, Coach, he seems to be kind of zeroing in on 35.
He has. That's his favorite target, and Adrenaline has got the best part of him right now. He's overthrown a lot of his passes.
I think Baldwin was wide open going down the sideline. Nobody stayed with him. Everybody came up to take Sherwood because that's where Kosakevich was showing he was going to go with the ball.
So second down and 10. Kosakevich, Frias on his left hip. Going to hand off to Curtis up the middle. came in motion, took the handoff, went straight ahead, and picks up 5.
And Larry, I got to believe that Turlock in 4-down territory here. They've only tried 2 field goals all year long. And we lost Larry.
I didn't hear you say.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
I was saying
yeah,
the Bulldogs only tried 2 field goals all year long. Got to believe we're in
Right.
4-down territory if you're a Bulldog.
No doubt. I think they'll pound it. He may throw it here and then come back, I think, with the run.
3rd and 5. Kosakevich sends Curtis in motion. Straight drop back. Pressure coming. Set up the screen. Throws it low. Caught over there by Frias. He is close to a first down. He might have got it.
Yeah, I think he went in
It's going
front
to
of
be
the
really close. Boy, that
Bass-
is going to be right at the marker.
Bass knocked him out of bounds. It looked like he had it.
Well, one thing, Eric, if they're going to do the measure, they don't have to go very far.
No sticks on that side of the field. They're about 6 inches away from the sticks. I'm not sure why you'd move them, but hey.
I think they damaged the down marker.
Well, it is a wild night here at Joe Debley Stadium. Right in front of us, behind the Pitman bench, there's a water main that is broke. Got the Pitman principal and
She had no idea what she was getting into for her first Harvest Bowl, did Mrs. Freeman?
No.
No idea whatsoever.
They're going to call it 4th down, and he was short.
Well, that's a big opportunity for the Pitman defense to make a stop. So that'll be a gain of 5 on that pass to Sherwood.
To Frias.
Or excuse me, Frias.
Straight up the middle, and there they've got enough for the first down. On the carry, it was a keeper by Kosakevich.
So I'm so used to the passes going to Sherwood. Got in the habit of a pass, and it went to Sherwood. So now Kosakevich on the night, 3 for 6 for 75 yards and a touchdown.
He's also carried the ball 4 times for 14 yards. 1st and 10. Ball inside the 30. Call it the 29. Kosakevich busted play. He's in trouble, trying to go around the left side. There's a illegal block in the backfield. Kosakevich lowers his shoulder, runs into Paul, and is brought down after a short game, but there's going to be a hold on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they got to get it on Sherwood.
Bring him all the way back.
He grabbed a hold of Bosch trying to get his quarterback free, and that's going to be another big penalty, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So the Bulldogs going to be staring at first and about 25, maybe 26.
And though they actually walk off 10, it'll technically be a 15-yard penalty when everything's said and done as they move them back to the 45.
For the Bulldogs, penalties another issue once again.
Yeah,
is
you
now
can see
4
on that
penalties for
replay,
60 yards.
You see on that replay Sherwood clearly from behind.
And that's where Kosakevich, instead of trying to make a great play, just roll out and throw it out of bounds.
So now it's 1st down and 25. Got to get down inside the 20-yard line. Snap. Kosakevich with time. Clean pocket. He throws. Wide open is Frias, and they throw it over his head. Frias was there by himself.
That was a busted coverage and a half. There was nobody anywhere near Frias, and Kosakevich threw it way over his head.
And Kosakevich had lots of time. That throw didn't have to be rushed.
It's almost like he got so excited the guy was so open, he kind of aimed it and threw it over the top.
2nd down and long. That's a missed opportunity for the Dogs.
And it's now for the Pride. Can they take advantage of another Turlock mistake?
2nd down. Kosakevich on a quarterback draw up the middle. Bounces out to the right. Still on his feet at the 35. And then pushed out of bounds at the 40. Thought I saw a block in the back. I don't see a flag as of yet.
Well, there was a block in the back, and even still, Peyton Bass was able to come off that block and still make a great open field tackle.
Okay, there was a yank. Let's take a look at the replay, see what we can see. Kosakevich on the designed quarterback draw. Steps back, plants, drives right up the middle, escapes the middle.
Now watch Curtis. He pushes him in the back, and yet still somehow, some way, Peyton Bass one-handed pulls Kosakevich out of bounds.
They did call the penalty.
Oh, they did call it. That was a very late flag.
The illegal block in the back is going to be declined, and they're going to let the play stand as it ends up being just a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and long.
And when you do not have a kicking game that the Bulldogs do not have, you're not worried. If you're Coach Tyler, you're not worried. If they pick up 15 yards here, no big deal. They're going to have to kick it or go for it again on 4th and long.
Coming out wide to the left is Holden Baldwin. In the slot, Miguel Pete. Trips to the left now as Curtis is joined at that trio on the left side.
Kozakevich going to change the play here.
Snap. Lofts it deep down the sideline for complete to Holden Baldwin. Just a little fade lob pass to Baldwin, and he's going to bring it down at the 12-yard line.
And before the play, because I didn't want to interrupt Eric, I kind of pointed. I said, look here, look at the size difference. Baldwin listed at 6 foot tall, and he looks taller than that. Vasquez at just 5'7". That was a simple jump ball play. Nothing fancy about it. Kozakevich just threw a jump ball, and Baldwin just able to go over the top of the smaller Vasquez and make the catch.
1st and 10. Ball at the 12. 7:29 to play, second quarter. Curtis comes in motion. They keeper by Kozakevich. Fooled the defense, steps into the end zone. Touchdown for Jonah Kozakevich. 12-yard run, and the Bulldogs up by 2 scores. Good ball fake in the backfield. I think it had a lot of the pride fooled, as well as some of us up in the box.
Well, and you can see when they come across like that, Eric, it becomes very difficult for the defense to determine exactly who has the ball. And just that split second of indecision can be the difference between a stop and, in this case, a touchdown.
So Gardner in to kick out of the Curtis hold. Let's see if they can convert the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 7:18 to play here in the first half, it's the Bulldogs 14, the Pride nothing. You're watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl on NorCal Sports TV and Blue Chip Sports. This game is brought to you in part by the Turlock High Quarterback Club and HAUCK'S Grill.
Now, under new management, HAUCK'S Grill is the best barbecue in town. Located at the corner of East Main Street and North Broadway in downtown Turlock, there is not a better place to catch a game. With over 20 TVs, you won't miss any of the action, and the food is delicious. If you haven't been to HAUCK'S lately, you haven't been to HAUCK'S.
This is Reggie Wright of Blue Chip Broadcasting, and when life has thrown me curveballs, I have enjoyed peace of mind knowing that Winton, Ireland Strom & Green Insurance Agency has a game plan in place. Having served the Turlock area since 1913, Winton, Ireland Strom & Green has the experience I can count on in crunch time. Specializing in risk management and cost containment services, they provide access to most major insurance carriers with offices in Turlock, Livingston, Modesto, and Oakhurst to best serve your needs. Winton, Ireland Strom & Green is there when it counts. You can call 209-667-0995 or find them on the web at wisg.com. Don't let your season get away. Call Winton, Ireland Strom & Green today.
They start.
Welcome back, everybody. The Bulldogs ready to kick off after the 12-yard touchdown run by Kozakevich. Back deep to receive is Marcus Garza and Garrett Bosch. Gardner holding up here, waiting for the all good sign as they continue to work with the down and distance markers on the far side and the water main on the near side.
It's worse now than it was at the beginning.
Oh, boy.
They got about 6 guys working on it. They're trying to get the fittings and everything on it.
Oh, we can see it bubbling from up here, Eric, Coach.
It's getting close to Halloween. Yeah. There's some goblins out.
Well, they're trying to push it away from the sideline towards the track so it doesn't impede any of the players near the field.
Approaches the ball, kicks it off. It'll be deep into the end zone. And another touchback. And that has been a real weapon for the Bulldogs, not just this game, but all night long.
Yeah, 22 touchbacks for the Bulldog kicker this year. And I don't think people realize how important that is, because when the ball is caught in the end zone, unlike the pros that in college, you cannot run it out. It is an automatic touchback, and you start at the 20-yard line.
Remember this game? For the CCAL championship, both teams in conference 4-0. Pitman trying to run the table and go a perfect 10-0 on the season, has themselves a hole to dig out of.
And they've never done that before. Pitman has never had a perfect 10-0 season in all the great teams they've had. It's gonna take something here now. They need to score on this possession. Get back in this ball game.
Trayton Fair takes the snap, hands it off to Vasquez up the middle. He finds a little bit of running room, gets across the 25. Stopped out there by the Bulldogs, Landon Magina.
And Eric,
he's going to pick up 6 yards.
That last drive for the Bulldogs, an 8-play, 40-yard drive, took 2 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock, culminated by the Kosakevich 12-yard touchdown run. And like we said, Pitman, very good positive play on first down, able to pick up 6 yards, make it short, second and short.
Fair, single back in the backfield. They're going to send Bass in motion. Again, handoff, coming over the right side, dipping to the 30, still driving forward. Now the whistle blows. Nice, strong carry by Marcus Garza. He's got a first down.
And right now they're using Bass more as a decoy coach than actually a guy who's going to be getting the ball. You saw half the Bulldog defense go with him as he went in motion.
Right. I'm sure they watched film all week long and were keying on him because he usually takes him to the ball, and that's why the Turlock's reacting to that.
But at some point, you got to get your best player the ball in his hands.
Right. Yep. You got to give him the ball.
Ball on the 31-yard line of the Pride, trying to drive out of their own end of the field. Trayton Fair trying to get something to go for the Bulldogs, and there's going to be a flag. It looked like motion on the Pride. It is. It'll cost them 5. So just as they start to get a little bit of rhythm, just as they start to get a little bit of momentum, they come up with a penalty that's going to set them back 5 yards, make it 1st and 15.
I think that was Matthew Nissan who jumped a little early. You know, Pitman, as we talked about, very disciplined, run things very particularly, not a real big offensive line.
Fair, after the play action, looks to go deep, overthrows everybody. It was intended for Bass. The closest player to it, though, was the Bulldogs' Oscar Cruz.
And what has happened, Eric, one of the big issues not having Steckren out there is it is allowing Couchman, the safety, to come across and always lean towards Bass's side and be that safety over the top. That time there were 3 guys. Fountain was running with them as well. And they're going to kind of put the right cornerback, number 17, Darian White, kind of on an island by himself against whoever's going out there in motion.
Bass lines up wide to the right. Single back in the backfield is Partita. Bass goes in motion across the formation. Fair takes the ball. He's going to loft it deep down the far side, and that is incomplete. Bass was the intended receiver. Going step by step was Darian White.
And that time they tried to run Bass in motion. The safety did not go with him. Fountain stayed home. And Bass that time got one-on-one on White, and Fair just overthrew him. And now it's going to bring up another 3rd and very long for the Pride.
And again, the Pride playing behind the sticks. Something that is not really what their offense is designed to accomplish.
No, their idea is
they like the 3 and 4 and the 5-yard pickups on first down.
They want to be 3rd and 3 or less. And this is now the 3rd time they've been 3rd and 10 or more. One of the reasons why they're just 1 for 5 on 3rd downs in this game.
Fair again looking to throw, looks to his left, in trouble, pump fakes. Now he's rolling out to the sideline. He's going to turn it up, go out of bounds, and be dropped. On the stop out there was Devin Bradley.
The penalty on.
There's a
personal foul called as evidently Fair was hit out of bounds.
For the Bulldogs, that is the 3rd personal foul call against Turlock.
And that'll be enough for a first down.
That is a gift first down for the Pride. And for the Pride, what a huge penalty to draw, because they were looking at kicking deep in their own end zone and giving the Bulldogs the ball back up by 2 scores. Instead, the drive continues. They get a chance to get back in this football game.
And that is another Bulldog penalty. We talked about that in the pregame show, Brian. You hit on it. 5 penalties for 75 yards against Turlock. Handoff, Bass, left side of the line. He tries it there, finds the going tough. Again, Devin Bradley, first one to make the stop, just a yard for Peyton Bass.
Well, in the opening, one of the things we said was Turlock needs to play disciplined defense. Well, there's 2 ways to play disciplined defense. Number 1, don't over-pursue and allow cutbacks. Number 2, don't make stupid penalties, hitting guys out of bounds. That's the second time the Bulldog defense has done that to extend Pitman drives. Can they take advantage now, the Pride, and try to get some points on this possession?
2nd down and 9. 4:51 to play, first half. Get the ball to Vasquez. He's going to be tracked down in the backfield. Getting out there quick was Tamir Bullock. Bullock is going to drop him for a loss all the way back to the 44. So it's a 2-yard loss for Joey Vasquez.
Another 3rd and long for the Pride. Now 3rd and a long 11.
Far side of the field goes Aguilar. Bass lines up in the backfield. Slot to the left. Fair looking to the left side. Comes across the middle. Throws it too far. Marcus Garza was the intended receiver. Caleb Lemon on the coverage. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, thus far, Eric, in Pittman's first 5 possessions, they've gotten a first down on 4 of those, but only 1 first down, and then they had a 3 and out. So very little movement by the Pride. In fact, they are yet to get into Bulldog territory in this ball game.
73 yards of total offense for Pitman. Speckens back, gets the kickoff. It's going to hit at the 30 and take a sideways bounce. It comes back to the 25. And that's where it'll be down. It'll be Bulldog ball at the 25-yard line.
31-yard punt, no return.
And the Bulldogs in business again. On the flip side of that, the Bulldogs with 143 yards of offense so far. A couple of touchdowns. But they have put the Pride in difficult positions, and they have been able to score from their own side of the field.
Well, we've talked about the tilt the field idea, and really Pitman has had to have long fields all game long. We said they've got to force turnovers and get some short fields for their offense. They're going to have to try and do something here as Turlock will start at their own 25-yard line.
Kosikevich hands it off to Dalton Lynn, and Lynn dances in the backfield. There's no place to go there, and Matthew Robinson on the stop.
That play was messed up from the beginning, and Kosikevich took a shot.
From his own lineman, 54. He ran into 54.
That's the wrong guy you want to take a shot from, Coach.
He ran right into his back.
2nd down and 10.
Let me guess. 54 didn't move, did he?
No.
Splitting out wide to the left is Miguel Pena. Coming in motion. Handing it off to Curtis up the middle. He's in trouble, going nowhere. He runs into his own lineman, big number 71. That's Donovan Herrera. And there's an illegal motion penalty called against the Bulldogs. It'll be interesting to see if they take this penalty, because it would make it 3rd down and 10. They're going to decline it. So no gain by Curtis. And the Pride think they'll take their chances with 3rd and 10. Clock showing 3:26 left in the second quarter. Holden Baldwin comes out to the left side. In the slot is Sherwood. Kosikevich takes a snap. He's looking to throw. Goes right. And there's going to be an interference call.
Ooh, I'd like to see that again.
Bass goes through Sherwood, and I think Bass got there at just the right time. We'll get a shot at the play on replay.
All right, we'll watch this again, Eric, but I thought that was perfect timing by Bass.
So that's going to be a 15-yard walk-off. Let's take a look. Kosikevich will take the snap. He automatically quickly looks to his right, finds Sherwood, and delivers it. And
boy, that's great timing.
Too close to tell.
That's a tough penalty for the Pride.
First down, Bulldogs. Bailed out a 3rd and long. Pump fake, then Kosikevich goes long. Stepping in and grabbing it. Making a great catch is Miguel Pena. And he drops the ball, but Curtis is going to cover it inside the 5. What a great catch by Pena in trouble, in coverage.
Boy, and I'll tell you, Kosakevich put that right on the money. That was outstanding coverage by the DB for Pitman, but a great catch by Pena. And then he put the ball on the ground, but good hustle by Curtis to cover it up, and the Bulldogs have first and goal inside the 5.
That was another long completion. First one to Pena, his 12th catch of the year. Going to go for about 65 yards. Kosakevich, handoff. Curtis spins off one tackler, gets inside to 3. Going to be dropped there by Matthew Robinson. He cuts in front of the defense as you look at that replay. Great catch by Pena before he's tracked down from behind and just leaves the ball on the field. So Curtis picks up 3. Handoff, Curtis again, leaning forward. He's not going to get there.
Curtis that time hit the line standing way too straight up and down. And that's it's very difficult for you to drive your legs through the defender when you're standing straight up when you hit the line, and that's why he was unable to get into the end zone. It's going to be 3rd and short inside the 2 for the Dogs.
Clock winding at 2:04 to play. Bulldogs trying to get in the end zone for the 3rd time. Kosakevich, handoff in the back, dropped. Curtis in the backfield, hammered down by Matthew Nissen.
That is a great play by Nissen. Great play. And now Coach Peterson's got a decision to make. It's a chip shot field goal, but they've only tried 2 all year. And it's now going to be 4th and goal from just inside the 5.
Doesn't look like they're going to change
They're going
that at all. Coach is right down there on the line of scrimmage. It's about 4.5 yards away. Minute 23 to go. 4th down. Kosakevich takes a snap, rolls to his right, throws in the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, Sherwood. 4-yard pass. He finds Sherwood and just drills a high, hard one, and Sherwood's got his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Now, Eric, that reminded me of the touchdown catch by George Kittle on Sunday. The one positive thing on the 49er game against the Rams. Caught it in the exact same spot, coming back towards it, but able to keep his body on the touchdown side of the end line. And the Bulldogs now up 20-0.
Yeah, just a little curl.
Turlock scored with 1:10 to go here in the first half. Kick is on the way, and it is pure. So with 1:10 remaining in the first half, Bulldogs enjoying a 21-0 lead. Hey, you're watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl on NorCal Sports TV and Blue Chip Sports, presented by the Turlock High School Quarterback Club and BONANDER GMC.
From cryotherapy procedures to one-on-one consultations, the Recovery Lab is open Monday through Saturday to help with all of your recovery needs. Located at 333 Crane Avenue in downtown Turlock, the staff is great and can assist you with all of your needs. Call 209-250-2321 to set up an appointment or find them on Facebook and Instagram at KW Recovery Lab. Recover as hard as you train.
Easy pitch and catch.
That pass was on a line, and the receiver actually took the ball away from the defender. They were right there together.
Oh, the Bulldogs getting ready to kick off here just before halftime. 21-0 with 1:10 to go. Gardner approaches the ball, kicks it off, and this one is kicked high and deep into the end zone. His kick's getting stronger every time, and it's another touchback, which means the Pride has to start out deep in their end zone.
Well, let's look at it, Eric. So far, this is the Pride's 6th possession.
Here's the replay of the touchdown pass. Just a little step up curl caught by Sherwood. He falls backwards into the end zone. That was a well-designed play and well executed.
So 6th possession, right, Eric? 5 of those possessions, the Pride has started at their 20 or inside their 20. Best field position of the night was at the 39-yard line for Pitman.
Pride line up in the eye. First back through is Partita, and he's going nowhere. First there is Jaden Jackson, inside linebacker for the Bulldogs.
I think right now Coach Tyler just wants to get to halftime, kind of regroup a little bit, because this game has not gone the way he had hoped.
Partita now 9 carries, only 27 yards.
Well, the Bulldogs, Eric, allow just 110 yards rushing per game. And thus far, Pitman just 45 yards on 20 carries. That's 2.2 yards a carry.
Now the size up front for Turlock's defensive line is causing all kinds of trouble. Fair looks to swing it out and gotten a big paw out there. He knocked it down. Tamir.
Well, it was a nice Sunday hop right back into his breadbasket, and the official not paying attention. That could have been a touchdown that shouldn't have been, but instead it is an incomplete pass, and now another 3rd and long for Pitman with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Tamir Bullock just got that big paw up on it and knocked it down. That was going nowhere fast.
Dribbled it into the end zone.
3rd down and 10. And right now, the Bulldogs are just drooling to get the pat, to get one last chance here.
This is the 9th 3rd down for the Pride in this game. They only average about 9 a game.
Handoff in the backfield, eaten up. Just absolutely eaten up by Tamir Bullock. Bullock caught him in the backfield, and the Bulldogs going to call timeout. They want the ball back.
Yeah, the clock continues to run.
Not anymore with.
Now, Turlock called the timeout with, I want to say, about 12, 15 seconds to go. And there was so much jumping up and down excitement by the Bulldog defenders that nobody noticed that somebody had called timeout.
Let's take a look at that last play, how Tamir Bullock was able to beat his blocker at the line and get into the backfield. As you look at this.
He just overpowers the guard. Oh, that's the previous play.
That's the previous one where he knocked it down. But then he makes back-to-back.
Well, it was basically the same kind of play, except the second time it was a run instead of a pass.
Keep your eye on Tamir Bullock. He's making a play for the defensive player of the game.
So they're going to put 3.6 seconds back on the clock.
No, they're not.
No.
We could be here a while as they're trying to signal up to the clock how much to put on. Now we'll take a look. Watch Bullock just absolutely unblocked into the backfield.
10 seconds they're going to put back on the clock. Oh, now they're going to go to 9. Nobody can make up their mind.
Who was the back that was carrying? He was just eaten up so bad.
It was Partita.
Boy, Partita finding the going tough.
Remember, Partita averages 7 yards a carry, and tonight, Eric, he's at 2.4.
They put 9 seconds on the clock. No, I think they're trying to say, would you believe 8?
Okay, we're going to go to 8.
Weren't happy with 9.
Yeah.
But that second could be.
Well, you never know. Could be there when Turlock getting another play and not. And with the size Turlock has in the receiving core, I think Pitman would just as soon have this be the final play of the half.
Turlock wants to return this one. Speckens gets the punt off the side of his foot and out of bounds again. I have seen that duck hook way too many times, normally off my golf club.
And Coach Tyler is exercised. All he wanted to do was have him kick it as high and as far as he possibly could, and instead
Turlock
he kicks it straight out of bounds and only
to the 26.
And now Turlock's got a chance to throw one into the end zone. And with their height advantage, you might want to find your tallest players if you're Pitman and put them back on the end line, because this is just going to be a jump ball into the end zone.
Kosakevich, 6 out of 10 for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns so far.
Oh, it looks like they're actually going to try to kick it.
Okay.
Well,
so
he's shown that he can kick kickoffs, but I would put somebody back if he kicks it short and return it. And now Pittman's going to call timeout, and Coach Tyler's got guys running all over creation. He's going to make sure that something else doesn't go wrong here in the first half.
So Gardner going to get a shot from 43. He's only had 2 opportunities this
He's
year.
1 for 2 as long as 32 yards. But yet you watch him kick off, Eric, and he's got plenty of leg. It's just a matter of, can he kick it straight enough? If he kicks it the way he kicked that last kickoff, which was a dead straight line drive, kind of like my drives off the tee, once a round.
I was not even
that goes straight. Low line drives. He's got a chance.
Does the clock
only
say
play
11
one round
seconds?
a year.
The conversation degenerating to our golf game. That is.
Does the
not,
clock say
good.
11 seconds?
No, that's 1.1, Coach.
Oh,
1.1. That was. It took a little while for it to stop once it hit out of bounds, but it doesn't matter. There was going to be one play. And you know what this is for? This is as much, Eric, for the playoffs. Can he kick something like this as it is for this particular ball game?
Sure. Good point.
So Gardner gets them lined up. It'll be from 43. Takes his step back, lines it up, step to the left. Curtis the holder. The hold is down. The kick is up. It's got leg. Is it good? It is good! Christian Gardner from 43 to end the first half of football. And that all because of a shanked punt. That has got to be painful. Coach Larry Johnson trying to catch up with Coach Tom Tyler. And let's get some words from the coach, sponsored by Crivelli's Shirts and More.
We're good. I'm here with Pitman coach Tom Tyler. Tom, tough first half. Your offense has really struggled to get anything going.
Yeah, that's hurting us bad right now. We're just not moving the football, and you can't be on the field the whole time on defense. It's not going to work.
Right, and your defense has done a good job keeping the game close there for the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, you didn't go for it you went for it on fourth down, and it came back to bite you.
Yeah, we had 3rd and 26. That's not what beat us. What beat us is we didn't make a play on 3rd and 26. So,
what can your offense do in the second half to get something rolling?
Well, I think they just got to play like they're capable of playing. I don't think we played like we're capable of playing, and we got to turn it loose a little bit. I think we got a few guys pretty nervous, especially our kicker. I don't know. I don't get that one. So,
adrenaline has maybe affected your quarterback a little bit in the first half.
I don't know. I think there's enough blame to go around. So,
good luck in the second half, Coach.
That was Coach Larry Johnson with Coach Tom Tyler, a very disappointed Coach Tyler. We're at halftime, 24-0, Bulldogs on top, and you're watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl on NorCal Sports TV and Blue Chip Sports. Brought to you in part by the Turlock High Quarterback Club and Crivelli's Insurance. We will be back for the HAUCK'S Grill halftime report right after this.
From cryotherapy procedures to one-on-one consultations, the Recovery Lab is open Monday through Saturday to help with all of your recovery needs. Located at 333 Crane Avenue in downtown Turlock, the staff is great and can assist you with all of your needs. Call 209-250-2321 to set up an appointment or find them on Facebook and Instagram at KW Recovery Lab. Recover as hard as you train.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one trying to sneak away and grab a snack before the game comes back on. I want to let you in on a secret. Like you, I'm an avid sports fan, and since my wife no longer allows me to leave the house bare-chested in face paint, I've discovered I can still go all out in support of my teams by visiting Crivelli's Shirts and More. Crivelli's carries all of the Turlock and Pitman gear you could ever need, including Letterman jackets, and they are the only officially licensed retailer of Stanislaus State. Family-owned and operated, Crivelli's is located in downtown Turlock at 310 Main Street. They're open Mondays through Fridays from 9 a.m. to 5:30 and Saturdays from 10 to 2. So what are you waiting for? Head on down to Crivelli's on Main Street and gear up.
Is the stadium full?
Yes.
From cryotherapy procedures to one-on-one consultations, the Recovery Lab is open Monday through Saturday to help with all of your recovery needs. Located at 333 Crane Avenue in downtown Turlock.
Hey, Dave, ask them how all the commercials come through.
Carrie Entrenayer Dentistry, the dentist for the Davis family for over 3 generations. Carrie has performed cleanings and fillings, crowns, and put on braces for our kids over the past 20 years. He is a great dentist. He's located right here in Turlock at 655 East Hawkeye Avenue. Call him today for an appointment, 667-6654, and his helpful staff will do you right. Carrie Entrenayer Dentistry.
Hang on.
It's that time of year again. The BONANDER BUICK GMC Fall Finale Sales Event is back, where you can get up to $15,000 off MSRP on select 2018 cars and trucks. And while you're visiting their dealership in downtown Turlock, check out the redesigned 2019 GMC Sierra pickup with great new features both inside and out. Give them a call at 209-850-3943, or to check out their entire selection online, go to BONANDERBuickGMC.com.
Located at 1572 Fulkerth Road in Turlock, Lori Crivelli has been serving the local community for 25 years as a fully independent insurance agency specializing in commercial and agricultural insurance. Call 209-668-3319 to make an appointment to get a complete review of your current policy, or find them online at crivellisinsurance.com to get a free quote. Crivelli's Insurance, an agency you can count on.
We are here at the Harvest Bowl 2018. It's the 15th annual Harvest Bowl. Turlock versus Pitman. Pitman, the home team tonight. You are listening to the HAUCK'S Grill halftime report here at Joe Debley Stadium. And Brian, let's start by let's talk about that last couple of plays and the shanked punt followed by the long field goal. That's one kicker who struggled, didn't do a great job, and one kicker who overachieved.
Yeah, and I think as we talked about before the kick went through the uprights, we said this is as much about the future as it is for tonight, that field goal attempt, because now if you're Turlock, you've got a confident kicker that it comes down to a close game, whether this game gets tight in the second half or as you move into the postseason, you now have confidence that you get to inside the 30-yard line, you got a guy that can kick it through the uprights, and that's a big deal.
Well, and he had enough distance to extend that maybe 5 more yards, maybe even more than that. So leg is not the issue.
No, and I think you can see just in that last couple of plays, Eric, just the difference right now between Turlock and Pitman. You got a Pitman team that is reeling, that is discouraged. Remember, they are 9-0, and they have come back and beaten some teams that maybe people didn't expect them to beat. It's going to take a big-time comeback tonight. And Turlock, this has all been building for tonight. All those difficult games they played in the first part of the year at non-conference, all the things that they did was to build towards tonight to try to win this conference championship.
Well, and here's one other thing. I want to talk about Speckens. Caden Speckens has been a really good punter for Pitman all year long.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It is just unfortunate that he's picked tonight to have maybe 2 of his worst punts all year.
Yeah, when you look at Eric, he's got a 37-yard punt, a 43-yard punt, a 31-yard punt, but then he's got a 12 and an 8. And that's doom.
And both of those became costly.
Yeah, both of them turned directly into points.
Now, Coach, down on the sidelines, you're watching the actual hitting and what's going down on the sideline. What is your feel for the intensity as well as the physicality of the game tonight?
Right now, Turlock's defensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback for Pitman. He hasn't had time to throw. He's running for his life half the time. And that's really the difference, is that Turlock is just bigger, stronger, and they're controlling the line of scrimmage.
Well, Tamir Bullock is winning every battle, it seems, on that offensive line, no matter who they put on him. Bullock is finding a way to get in the backfield and create havoc.
Turlock is really stunting a lot to put the pressure on Pitman's offensive line, and they just can't handle the pressure that Turlock's coming with.
So, Brian, Trayton Fair got off to a slow start, started to find his rhythm, but he has now missed his last 4 passes in a row. He's gone 3 of 10 for just 28 yards. This is a kid that was 64 out of 94 for 1,350 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Yeah, he has had a tough night. And when you watch him, Eric, he's been under duress all night long. He has had to backpedal on almost every single throw he has made tonight. He has had very little opportunity to step in and make a nice throw. When he's been able to do that, he's made a couple of completions. But he has been chased, bothered, harassed, and now you can tell he's getting a little gun shy, and that Bulldog defense is just teeing off.
Flip side to that is Jonah Kosakevich, who's 6 out of 10 for 175 yards. He's got 2 passes completion of over 60 yards.
Yeah, and when you look at it for Kosakevich, we talked about just being Jonah. He hasn't turned the ball over tonight. He has taken care of the football. He has made good plays. And you know what? He's a little bit of a gunslinger. He's a high-risk, high-reward guy. We saw that both on the touchdown to Sherwood, thrown into triple coverage, and on the big pass to Pena to take the Bulldogs down for their 3rd touchdown. He is a guy that is willing to make the tough throw, and tonight he's been successful.
We're going to take a short break right here from the HAUCK'S Grill halftime report. When we come back, it'll be time for the Crivelli's Insurance local scoreboard. You're watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl on NorCal Sports TV and Blue Chip Sports. It's brought to you in part by the Turlock High Quarterback Club and Crivelli's Insurance.
Tonight's broadcast of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock High Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Join the Turlock High Bulldogs Quarterback Club for a breakfast buffet at Latif's in Turlock on Saturday, October 27th at 8 a.m. Come meet and hear from our players and coaches about all 3 games. Go Bulldogs!
I told them we missed him. The board's here waiting for him. Well, he probably doesn't.
When you're responsible for running a business, there's nothing more important than making sure you hire the right people. At Kinetic Works, they understand this, and they can help you with that process. Kinetic Works performs pre-employment drug screening, pre-employment physical testing, and fit-for-duty testing right there in their location on Gear Road. They have a great staff, flexible hours, and they guarantee to complete the entire process and get you the results of your pre-employment testing within 72 hours. Kinetic Works, give them a call, 250-2321.
Reggie Wright here, and as a coach, I'm all about the win-win. Turlock Direct magazine provides just that through coupons and high-quality advertisements straight to your mailbox every month. Turlock Direct is great for the business owner to advertise and the consumer for discount opportunities. For more information, visit citydirectinc.com or call 209-675-7636 today. It's a win-win.
Welcome back to 2018 Harvest Bowl. 24-0 Bulldogs as we here are at halftime. It is time for our scoreboard report to get all the scores from around the area, including some surprising ones. We're going to send it down to the sideline to our coach, Larry Johnson. Coach, take it away.
We've got Hilmar 21, Livingston 14 at the half, Central 34, Oakdale nothing at the half, Manteca 6, East Union nothing. First half, Downey 21, Modesto 14 at the half, BUICK Colony 21, Atwater 13, Merced Bears 13, Golden Valley nothing, and the big one at Modesto Christian 15 and Ripon 6.
All right, well, thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. A couple surprises there, Eric. I think one, the size of the score differential between Central Catholic and Oakdale. A lot of people, that's the big game of the year in the VOL, and that has been no contest so far in the first half.
Absolutely not. Not even Oakdale not even sniffing it right now.
Well, we'd like to remind everybody that this game is being filmed for The Blitz, the Valley's only weekly web show dedicated to high school football. Watch highlights and analysis from tonight's game tomorrow night at turlockjournal.com and find out who will be named the Kinetic Works Recovery Lab Impact Player of the game. The Blitz, high school football from the field to your screen. We also want to remind everybody that we are just 3 months away from a very special day, at least I know for me and for a lot of people here in the Turlock area. It has become a great event here in Turlock. It will be Saturday morning, January the 26th in 2019. It'll be the annual Caleb Bernardi Be Positive Fun Run and Walk. It'll start right here at Joe Dudley Stadium. Registration begins at 8 o'clock. The run walk begins at 9. It is a 5K walk. And all of the proceeds benefit the Caleb Bernardi Be Positive Foundation, a foundation that is very near and dear to Eric and my heart. So we encourage you to check it out online. And for more information, including sponsorship opportunities, please call Kathy Bernardi at 209-602-6424 or email her at cbernardi@bernardi-associates.com.
Well, I think we have Coach Larry Johnson. Has he found Coach Peterson?
He's not back yet.
Okay, he's not back yet. Let's take a look at the stats here before we get to Coach Pete. For the Pitman Pride, let's start there. The Pride, 3 out of 10 for their quarterback, Trayton Fair. He's got 28 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. His leading receiver is Jacob Martide. He's got 2 catches for 18 yards. Ricardo Aguilar has 1 catch for 10 yards. On the ground, they have 21 carries for just 40 yards. The way is being led by Jacob Partita, 10 carries, 22 rushing yards. Peyton Bass held in check as well. He's got 5 carries for 12 yards. Overall, 68 total yards of offense for Pitman. 4 penalties, 35 yards against the Pride. For the Bulldogs, they are being led through the air by Jonah Kosakevich, 6 out of 10 for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. The leading receiver, his number 1 target all year, has been Cameron Sherwood. Tonight, it's no different. Been targeted 5 times. He's got 3 receptions for 74 yards and a touchdown, including a 63-yarder down the far sideline. Holden Baldwin also has a reception for 31 yards. Miguel Pena has a reception for 65 yards. On the ground, the Bulldogs, 15 carries, 37 yards on the ground. They haven't been able to move it on the ground either. Jonah Kosakevich leads the way there. He's got 6 carries, 28 yards and a touchdown. That makes Kosakevich responsible for all three of the Bulldog touchdowns. Lucas Curtis, 6 attempts, only 3 yards. Anthony Frias has 2 carries for 6 yards. The Bulldogs, 212 total yards of offense. They've been penalized 5 times for 75 yards. Interesting thing, Brian, in this ball game, there's been no turnovers of yet, and that is something that we talked about as being critical. If you don't turn them over, the Bulldogs are going to be tough to beat.
Well, what do we say? Pittman's got to play a perfect game, and they've got to force Turlock to make some mistakes. They have not played a perfect game, and Turlock has not made a lot of mistakes. And that is one of the reasons why the Pride trails 24-0 here at halftime.
So, Brian, let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll set up the second half right after this. Just a reminder, you're watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl on NorCal Sports TV and Blue Chip Sports. It's brought to you in part by the Turlock High Quarterback Club and Pizza Factory.
Looking to buy or sell your home, purchase an investment property, or need help managing your current investment property? There's no better team in Turlock to handle all your real estate needs than Troy and Dave at Ulrich Real Estate. Give them a call at 209-678-5325 or 209-678-0060. You can always check them out on their website at ulrichrealestate.com. Ulrich Real Estate, serving the real estate needs of the Turlock community for over 10 years with great service in a simplified, down-to-earth way. We'd like to thank Nathan Dublevich, your local farmer's insurance agent, for his support of Harvest Bowl 2018. Nathan's office is located in downtown Turlock at 5 East Main Street, and you can reach him by phone at 209-485-9006. Nathan and his staff provide their clients with commercial, business, auto, home, life, and health insurance. For a free quote, go to his website at ndfarmers.com. Thank you to Nathan Dublevich, your local farmer's insurance agent.
Carrie Entrenair Dentistry, the dentist for the Davis family for over 3 generations. Carrie has performed cleanings and fillings, crowns, and put on braces for our kids over the past 20 years. He is a great dentist. He's located right here in Turlock at 655 East Hawkeye Avenue. Call him today for an appointment, 667-6654, and his helpful staff will do you right. Carrie Entrenair Dentistry.
Welcome back to the 2018 Harvest Bowl. It's the 15th edition. And we have down in the end zone, we have Coach Larry Johnson with Coach James Peterson of the Turlock Bulldogs.
I've got Turlock's varsity coach, James Peterson. Your defense really controlled the tempo of the game in the first half.
Well, we wanted to come out and hit and just play assignment football on defense, and I thought they did a great job. Obviously, kept Pitman off the board. Pitman had still on us, and I want to try to correct that. So that's what we're doing out right here at halftime, just trying to figure out what we can do to get better.
Offensively, your quarterback's done a great job making a couple of key throws, and Curtis, your big receiver, caught the first pass to get the touch going tonight.
Yeah, we didn't play as clean as I wanted to, but I mean, hey, we're getting better on offense. I feel like as the night goes on, guys are settling in. Maybe nerves, a little bit of crowd noise, having trouble with the snap. I mean, we're just having a lot of issues right now, and I think you're going to see that get cleaned up here in the second half.
Big field goal to finish the half right there.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's a great call if it works, and it paid off.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you, bro.
That was the Bulldogs coach, James Peterson. And, Brian, they scored 10 points in the last minute and 10 and get the ball to start here in the second half.
And that makes this next possession for the Bulldogs, and more importantly for the Pride defense, absolutely critical that they have the ability to stop Turlock, because you just have the feeling, Eric, if the Bulldogs can take the ball and put it in the end zone one more time, this game is, if it isn't away from the Pride yet, that could really put it out of reach.
So, Coach, what do you think the Pride has to do to get back in this thing?
Got to loosen it up a little bit and maybe vary away from their standard plan. Turlock's front seven are just really tough and causing all kinds of problems. Draw, screen, just something to slow that defense down.
And, Brian, what do you expect to see from Turlock in the second half now? Are they going to change anything up or just come more at the same, or are they going to shift to a little bit more pound and grind it?
I was going to say kind of more of a grounded pound type of attitude, I would think, especially if they can score on this first possession. This first possession could be fairly what we've seen in the first half, but I could see if Turlock gets up another score, really start to run the clock. You'll see a lot of Frias and a lot of Curtis.
Well, like we said, coming into this game, the Pride leads the series 8-6. The Bulldogs have won the last 4 in this series, trying to put together a 5-game winning streak. Bulldogs came into this game 6-3, 4-0 in the conference. The Pride still fighting for that perfect 10-0 season. They are 9-0, 4-0 in the CCAL. This is for the championship and is going to affect playoff seeding.
Oh, it is, because if you're the Bulldogs, if you can continue to be as impressive as you have been against an undefeated team, that gives you a chance to be considered as a top 4 seed in the Division I playoffs. And if you're Pitman, your goal right now is put a good showing, get back in the football game, see what happens, because you don't want to go into the playoffs with such a bad taste in your mouth.
Well, and, Pitman.
And they're going to be Division II versus Turlock will be in Division I.
And the Pride, that is their name, Pride. It'll be interesting to see how they come out in the second half and if they can summon that pride. High school students, 18-year-olds, are a mercurial group. You just don't know. Sometimes they will respond with a very emotional second half and a less than stellar performance in this situation.
Well, and I think for Pitman, they've been a team that's been able to come back. They do play with a lot of pride, as you said, and I would expect them to come and put a very strong effort here in the third quarter. The question will be, will it be enough to get them back in the football game?
So the Bulldogs have taken the field. They are getting ready to receive the kickoff. On the far side, you can see the dog pound with their lights flashing as they are a happy side of the field tonight. But the Pride still have something to say about the outcome of this one. And, Brian, we've seen some strange things and some big comebacks in this football game.
Oh, we have. And
this
game is not over yet. Don't think just because Turlock's up 24-0. Pitman will make a run at some point tonight.
The Pride kick it off high and short. Curtis grabs it at the 26, takes it back towards the middle. He's got some room. Spins around across the 40 up to the 43. Finally stopped there by Draven Dickey.
When you look at it, Eric, the Bulldogs have scored on 3 of their last 4 possessions, not including the field goal, which is the only play of that final drive. But they have had great field position, Eric. They've started twice outside their 40. This is the 3rd time, plus they started at the Pride 40. The starting field position in this game has been dramatically different.
So Kosakevich back in the gun. Single back is Frias with him. Curtis comes in motion. They're going to give it to Curtis. He punches inside, bounces it outside, takes it across the 45 to the 49. Bringing him down out there, Calvin Paul making another tackle. It's going to be a pickup of about 6 yards for Curtis.
And Curtis has been very quiet tonight. He's only had 1 target. That pass was incomplete, and that's just his 7th carry for 9 yards. He has been more of a decoy tonight than he has been a big play guy. Remember, a guy who has 19 touchdowns on the season.
Again, Frias lines up behind Kosakevich. Curtis in the slot. Handoff right up the middle. Frias runs hard. He's across the 50. Going to pick up 2 yards, brought down by Robinson. And it'll be 3rd down and 2.
And we talked about stories in this first half, Eric. Pitman just 2 for 8 on 3rd down, 0 for 1 on 4th down. Turlock 4 for 10 and 1 for 1 on 4th down.
To the short side of the field. Sherwood goes out wide. In the slot is Pena. Kosakevich takes a snap, gives it right up the middle to Frias, and he is going to get it just across the first line marker and enough for a first down. Frias running hard. They're going to give him credit for 3 and a first down.
And like we talked about, Bulldogs can come out ground and pound. Very physical. And then you start bringing everybody up, and then you go over the top.
And they're also going over the right side, and who lives over there but Everett Johnson?
Yes. That's a good place to go.
That big junior is a great thing to run. I could even hide behind him, and I'm not tiny.
And the scary thing is he's just a junior.
Kosakevich takes the snap again up the middle. Frias. He's going to get across the 45 to the 43. Stopped out there by the sophomore Mora.
It's interesting. Bulldogs had 24 points in the first half, Eric. Only 7 first downs. It was all big plays. There was possessions where they had a couple of 3-and-outs, really didn't do a whole lot. But those big passing plays and then the shank punts contributed to that 24-0 lead. And you can tell Kosakevich not in a hurry.
If you notice, they flip Johnson over to the other side of the line now. To the
Wonder which side they're going to run.
The wide side. Curtis in motion. And the ball loose in the backfield. Broken play. Kosakevich picks it up, and he's got yards. He's turning it across the 40 to the 30, the 20. High stepping it to the 10. He's going to be brought down at the 5. That is going to be a 38-yard pickup for Kosakevich on a broken play. Flag down, though, at the 33-yard line.
Yeah.
There's a hold going to be called against the Bulldogs. But Kosakevich shows you right there, that's making something out of nothing.
Yeah, he tremendous athlete. No panic. Picked the ball up and went the other direction. And so, but a holding call will make it 2nd and 7 once again. So like nothing ever happened.
So Kosakevich is going to get credit for a 10-yard run, but gives it right back in a 10-yard penalty. Kosakevich now 7 carries for 38 yards. 2nd down and 7. Split over to the near side is Holden Baldwin. In the slot with him is Curtis. Far side is Miguel Pena. Curtis goes in motion. Fake handoff. Kosakevich looking downfield, in trouble. Goes backwards. He is going to be sacked way back at the 41.
That is a big play by Scott Tyler.
Tyler, one of those guys we wanted to keep our eyes on. That is a huge loss.
I'll tell you, Baldwin was going down the seam and nobody was going with him. And Kosakevich did not see him.
That's a 12-yard sack against Kosakevich.
That is a big play by Tyler. Big momentum changer now. Can Pitman stop the Bulldogs on 3rd and long and get the ball back for their offense?
3rd down and 19 after the 12-yard sack. Kosakevich takes the ball. He's looking long. He's got a receiver, and he goes and he catches it. That is Holden Baldwin, who beats out Joey Vasquez, the 5'7" Vasquez. Baldwin, the 6-footer.
And a second time, Eric, similar play. 3rd and 26 in the second quarter. Long jump ball. That time, same kind of situation. And they went to Baldwin again. No help for Vasquez, and Baldwin able to haul it in.
Just a high fly pitch and catch, and Baldwin goes and gets it. That's his second 31-yard reception, and the Bulldogs convert on 3rd and long. 1st and 10 inside the 25. Handoff, Curtis, and he is going to be wrangled right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and Mora once again in on the stop. Lucas Curtis having a hard time getting started.
There was a flag on the play. It was illegal shift by the Bulldogs. We'll see if the Pride takes the penalty. It was no gain on the play.
I'm going to sneak to the restroom, Brian.
And they are going to decline it. They are going to decline it.
That'll make it 2nd and 10.
So no yards for Curtis. He's now got 8 carries for just 9 yards.
You can tell they're keying on him defensively.
Kozakiewicz gets him set. Near side is Pena. Sherwood in the slot. Far side is Baldwin with Curtis coming in motion. And the whistle blows. And there's an illegal procedure call.
I think they're going to get Frias for a false start. He kind of twitched in the backfield. The Bulldogs going backwards. A big break for Pitman.
So we said Turlock oftentimes can be their own worst enemy. 7 penalties for 90 yards bears that out. They may not have turned it over yet, but they have committed penalties. But 2nd and 15 really doesn't faze them evidently right now because they've made third downs a lot longer than this. Again, Bulldogs spread. Curtis in motion, trips on the right side. Kozakiewicz throws it out in the flat. Curtis has got it at the 25. Cuts to the middle, makes a man miss. Breaks a tackle inside the 10, down to the 5. Finally stopping him there is Robinson.
But again, a nice play call. Curtis got lost going through the middle, and he was wide open out in the flat. Kozakiewicz hit him, and Curtis, once he gets the ball in his hands in space, is dangerous. And it's a big play for Turlock, and they're 1st and goal.
Takes it down to the 7. That's a 22-yard reception in the first one for Curtis. So they can play with a long down and distance.
I formation for the first time.
Handoff, Curtis from deep, and he's going to be drugged down with nothing. Partita got into the backfield, drags him down, no gain.
Partita shot the gap. Little delay handoff, and Partita waiting for it. Made a nice open field one-handed tackle on Curtis for a loss of 1.
So it'll be 2nd down and goal. Ball marked at the 6. They're going to give Curtis credit for about a yard.
Well, I think, Eric, that Turlock has done, they have eaten up half of this quarter already.
Handoff deep back, and Curtis is submarined in the backfield. He's going to lose 4. On the stop was the interior lineman, Matthew Nissen, Jr., in the backfield, and it's now 3rd and goal from the 10.
And again, Eric, on the near side here, you've got Baldwin against the much shorter Vasquez, one-on-one.
With no help over the top. Watch a little bit of a deep corner over here on the near side. Rolls to the right. He's looking, in trouble. Kozakiewicz breaks a tackle down to the 5, and the ball's fumbled out of bounds. He's going to pick up 4 yards on the carry before he fumbles it out of bounds. Kozakiewicz running out of trouble.
So now decision time for Coach Peterson. 4th and goal at the 5. He's already kicked 1 field goal. This is a much tighter, narrower angle.
Just 5:39 left in the period.
Here comes Garza.
So Gardner, who had 2 opportunities all year long, getting his 2nd opportunity here tonight. This one will be just a 23-yard attempt. He's converted from 43. Curtis to hold. Snap is high. Curtis pulls it down. The kick is up, and it is just perfect.
I'm trying to figure out why he's only had 2 field goal attempts all year.
Gardner converts on a 23. The Bulldogs go up 27-0. We're going to take a break. It's the Harvest Bowl on NorCal Sports TV and Blue Chip Sports Broadcasting, brought to you in part by the Turlock High Quarterback Club and Dr. Carrie Unternayer Dentistry.
Carrie Unternayer Dentistry, the dentist for the Davis family for over 3 generations. Carrie has performed cleanings and fillings, crowns, and put on braces for our kids over the past 20 years. He is a great dentist. He's located right here in Turlock at 655 East Hawkeye Avenue. Call him today for an appointment, 667-6654, and his helpful staff will do you right. Carrie Unternayer Dentistry.
Back here at Joe Debley Stadium, the Bulldogs so far been dominant in this ball game. They have got 27 points, 5 scores, 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and Pitman still looking to see the Bulldog side of the 50.
Yeah, that's how dominant this game has been. An impressive drive for the Bulldogs.
Gardner kicks it off deep again. It'll be in the end zone. And another touchback, his 4th touchback so far tonight. So Pitman once again buried deep. Will start 1st and 10 on their own 20.
They have had a long field all night long. And part of the reason why they haven't crossed midfield is they've started nearly every drive at or inside their own 20-yard line. Give credit. We haven't talked much about tilting the field, and we thought special teams advantage would be to Pitman in this game. It has been all Turlock.
So the Pride break the huddle. Trayton Fair's got his work cut out for him. Under center, snap, hands off to Partita. He'll pick up 3 over the left guard. Dirksey on the stop. And Partita picks up 3.
And at some point, you got to figure the Pride's going to have to take a shot deep against that Bulldog secondary.
2nd down and 7.
The hard part about that, Eric, is you have to have time for that play to develop. And thus far tonight, Fair has had very few opportunities where he has gone back to pass and had a lot of time to survey the field.
The interior portion of the Bulldog line has just been so tough. Masihi and Bullock. Garza goes in motion. Fair rolls to his right. Looking downfield. Throws back to the middle, and it's picked off. That was an ill-advised throw picked off by Casey Carr. And the Bulldogs in business again. That pass, I'm not quite sure who that was intended for.
Well, it was intended for Aguilar. And Eric, again, Fair having to throw off his back foot. We'll look at it here in just a second. But watch, he rolls out, so they take him away from pressure. But then as he looks to throw back across the middle, off-balance throw, back behind. What do they always say? Never throw back across your body over the middle. And that's why it's an interception. First turnover of the night. And the Bulldogs in business here.
He could not get enough on that ball to get it back to his intended wide receiver, Ricardo Aguilar. So the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 just inside the 30. Kosakevich keeps it left side. He's being pursued by 2. Gets around the corner. Not a big gain. Garza on the stop. We'll see what Kosakevich got out of the deal. Let's see where they mark it.
And another great starting opportunity. 2nd time that the Bulldogs have started inside Pitman territory.
They're going to give him 2 yards on the carry. Second down, 8 yards to go. For the Bulldogs, they've taken advantage of 2 short punts. Can they take advantage of the first turnover of the ball game? Trips now to the near side on the right. Kosakevich, handoff. Frias up the middle. Sticks his nose in. He'll pick up 3. On the stop there was Matthew Robinson. Bulldogs will be down 3rd down and 5.
We don't have defensive stats up here, but Matthew Robinson, you've called his name quite a bit tonight. He and Bosch and Carr have had good games for the Pride.
So 3rd down and 5. Curtis wide to the right. Sherwood in the slot. Low snap, whistle blows. Going to be an illegal procedure call against the Bulldogs.
That'll be on Curtis. Got going a little too quickly.
And this is where you see the weakness that the Bulldogs might have is in their discipline.
Yeah, and we've talked about it.
Those penalties are just sloppy.
Yeah, that's lack of concentration, lack of focus.
Clock is running with about 4:04 to play. Kosakevich, drop back, quick throw, deep. He looking for Curtis. It's going to be picked off by Vasquez. Instead of leading him to his outside shoulder, Kosakevich threw it inside. Vasquez had perfect position, and he makes the interception. So the teams trade turnovers.
And for Vasquez, little redemption. It's been a tough night for him, but that time he got teamed up against Curtis, who's not as tall as Baldwin, and he had great inside position, just cut in front of the ball. Kosakevich did not lead it to the outside, and first turnover for the Bulldogs.
When you throw that fade, you want to use the sideline as your friend. Didn't happen on that one. Fair handoff. Partita. He's got some room for the first time in a while. He's going to pick up about 7, maybe 8 yards. stopped out there by Jackson.
And for Partita, now just 12 carries for 32 yards. This is a $1,000 back, just the 7th in Pitman High School history. And he has had a very, very tough night.
Second down, again Partita, and he gets away from one and gets across the 30 for a first down. So Partita gets 3 yards on that carry and a first down. Going to run the clock now with 3:10 showing on the Joe Debley Stadium scoreboard.
Still not a lot of offensive urgency at this point in the ball game for the Pride. Inside of 3 minutes here in the third quarter, down by 4 scores.
4 scores. Out of the shotgun, Fair takes. He's looking over to his right. Little stop route run, and the completion made to Borelli. So Borelli makes the catch. He was defended out there by Darian White. Going to pick up 7 yards.
That snaps a string of 5 consecutive incompletions for Fair. He hadn't completed a pass, Eric, since the first quarter. Again, we talked about Fair, 68% completion percentage.
Partita explodes up the middle. He's got a good gain. Across the 45, stopped out there by Fountain. But a nice pickup.
That's the Pitman trap.
Yeah, we haven't seen that a lot tonight. We saw Partita get a decent run on that earlier in the ballgame, but they have not run that play, at least with any success since then.
Handoff coming around the end was that Bass? That was Bass, and he was wrapped up quickly there by Rocha. And that was in the backfield, loss of 2.
Larry, to me, the thing that's so impressive about this Bulldog defense is that it's the size and quickness of that front 5.
I'm really impressed with the quickness. You know, they are a lot bigger, but they're quick, and they all meet at the football. It's a good defensive group.
Fair, back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 12. Finds Partita, and there's no place to go there. The left end, Tamir Bullock, another play in the backfield. Bullock gets off that ball in a hurry. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. Time winding down here in the third quarter. We're just about a minute left, and you'll get it right there.
And Eric, this is a Pitman team that averages 262 yards of rushing a game. They have 61 with a minute to go in the third quarter.
Fair out of the gun, looking downfield, now in trouble. He's going to throw it up deep. He's got a man, but he overthrows him. Looking for Partita, and he could not make that connection. And that'll bring up 4th down and long. Fair now, 4 out of 13 for just 35 yards.
And we said for the Pride to have a chance tonight, Fair had to play at least as well as Kosakevich. And unfortunately tonight for Fair, that hasn't happened. He has had a very tough night. Now, let's be fair, he has been chased pretty much every time he's gone back to pass.
So some confusion with the substitutions. Pride get it straightened out. They're going to get it to Speckins to punt. Line drive. Caught at the 20. And he's going to be brought down at the 25. So Lynn brings it back about 5 yards before Colby Vieira takes him down. Vieira drops him at the 26. But the Bulldogs take over for their 3rd possession here in the second half. 34 seconds left. Bulldogs lead 27-0 as we're getting to the end of the third period.
36-yard punt for Speckins that time, which he's had some good punts tonight. Just those 2 shanks just absolutely killed the Pride.
Kosakevich, handoff to the man in motion. And Curtis has got no place to go. It might have even lost a little bit.
You know, and give the Pride defense credit. They have played the run exceptionally well tonight, it has been the passing game of the Bulldogs that has really hurt Pitman.
Big
in particular,
plays.
2 big plays.
They have completed 5 passes of over 20 yards.
Twice on 3rd and very, very long.
As we are about to get to the end of the third period, we are going to get there. 27-0, the Bulldogs over the Pride. You're watching the 2018 Harvest Bowl, the 15th edition on NorCal Sports TV and Blue Chip Sports Broadcasting, presented by the Turlock High Quarterback Club and Ulrich Real Estate.
Now, under new management, HAUCK'S Grill is the best barbecue in town. Located at the corner of East Main Street and North Broadway in downtown Turlock, there is not a better place to catch a game. With over 20 TVs, you won't miss any of the action, and the food is delicious. If you haven't been to HAUCK'S lately, you haven't been to HAUCK'S.
This is Reggie Wright of Blue Chip Broadcasting, and when life has thrown me curveballs, I have enjoyed peace of mind knowing that Winton, Ireland Strom & Green Insurance Agency has a game plan in place. Having served the Turlock area since 1913, Winton, Ireland Strom & Green has the experience I can count on in crunch time. Specializing in risk management and cost containment services, they provide access to most major insurance carriers with offices in Turlock, Livingston, Modesto, and Oakhurst to best serve your needs. Winton, Ireland Strom & Green is there when it counts. You can call 209-667-0995 or find them on the web at wisg.com. Don't let your season get away. Call Winton, Ireland Strom & Green today.
Here at the Harvest Bowl at Joe Debley Field, and we're going to go to Coach on the sideline here in just a second because he's got an outstanding view of what's going on field level. But the Bulldogs will take over. It is 2nd and 11. Kosakevich sends Frias out, and there's going to be flags flying. It's a legal procedure.
That time they're going to get Baldwin. That is the 3rd wide receiver that has been called for a false start. That's just flat-out lack of concentration. And Coach Peterson will address that this week.
Whew. There's going to be enough in film session that he's going to keep the guys interested. So it is now 2nd down and 16.
Because these are the types of plays, if you want to beat teams from Sacramento in a Division I San Joaquin section playoff, that you cannot make.
Yep.
Kosakevich. There's confusion. The line doesn't even start.
Wow.
But the Pride read that, and they get after Kosakevich behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be about a 3-yard loss. For some reason, the offensive line never moved.
And, you kind of get the sense up 27-0 here that the Bulldogs have kind of lost a little focus.
Yep.
Pittman's still playing hard.
You see the big, deep offensive tackle. He's standing with, what's going on? He didn't even move. His hands were going, what was that?
Coach, you were making a comment about the Bulldogs winning the battle on the interior defensive line.
There's no doubt about it. The down linemen have controlled the line of scrimmage, and it allows backers to just fly to the ball, and they've just down the Pitman offense.
Kosakevich takes a low snap. Under pressure, rolls to his right, looks deep. He's got a man, comes back for it. Sherwood makes a catch. He's across the 50 to the 40, breaks a tackle inside the 35 to the 30. That's a 53-yard catch and run by Cameron Sherwood.
And there was 2 parts to that play, Eric. Number 1, it was Kozakevich's ability to elude the pressure and get outside, and then he found Sherwood, who has been an absolute nightmare tonight. As you can see here, Kosakevich able to get outside, and that arm strength, throwing that a good 35 yards in the air, and then Sherwood just able to get in front of Bass and make the catch and get a first down.
What the Bulldog receivers have done well is they've come back to the ball.
And they've gone up strong with big, strong hands against the smaller DBs from the Pride.
Pena comes out wide to the left, Baldwin wide to the right. They'll slot Curtis, and Sherwood's playing tight end on the left side. Frias the lone back with Kosakevich. 1st and 10, the ball on the 31. Kosakevich keeps it, runs the option, and there is nothing there. Good, quick penetration in the front side of that defense by Nissen.
Kosakevich is getting up real slow.
And Kosakevich got thrown down hard, and he is limping.
He's going to have to come
out.
out.
He's going down.
Yep, he's going to have to come out.
And that is not a good sign if you're a Bulldog fan, because this is the final regular season game of the year. But both of these teams are going to play next weekend in the first round of the CIF section playoffs. And if you're the Bulldogs, you cannot have your quarterback get hurt here in the final quarter.
It looks like a knee, too.
Not a quarterback who has gone 9 out of 14 for 281 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
Let's see if we can figure out what happened.
Spun around and then brought down, landed hard on that knee.
And that right knee kind of got twisted towards the end. Maybe we can look at that one more time. Watch as he's going down, Eric. That knee gets caught inside. The tackle's made, and then watch the right knee.
Yep, that's
under
what they're
there.
looking.
It gets caught underneath him
After he
jogging
spun
a little bit.
around.
and he's up and he's trying to run it off. But if I'm Coach Peterson, as long as this stays 27-0, I might just as soon have him stay over there.
Kosakevich goes straight over to the trainer's bench. They'll work on him there.
New
Quarterback for the Bulldogs.
Brock Paisley.
And Paisley is he's had some experience behind there this year.
Yeah, he's played a little bit in a couple of ball games, and no relation to Brad, from what we know.
Paisley takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Frias. Frias battling, gets it down to the 30-yard line, and I think that's where he'll be finally stopped. That'll be a 3-yard pickup before the sophomore Juan Mora brings him down.
And now I think if you're Coach Peterson, you want this clock to move as quickly as it possibly can.
9:43 to go. 3rd down and 9. And I think we got a report that they're working on Kosakevich's right ankle over on the training room table. Paisley drops the ball, picks it up, and drops it again. And that's going to be a fumble, and it's going to be recovered by Paisley. So he fumbled and recovered. That's getting your work in.
Well, we'll see how much confidence they really have in Gardner, because this would be about a 52-yard field goal. And I think more than likely we'll see the Bulldogs punt this away. Well, that was 2 not very good plays.
No, a little bit rough for Mr. Paisley as he came in.
So Gardner's going to punt. So far, he has averaged 39 yards on his 2 punts, Eric.
His goal is going to be to drop it inside the 15-yard line. Bulldogs will look to cover. High punt going over towards the right sideline. He's going to do exactly what he wanted to do. Went out of bounds at the 8 or the 9.
Talk about a guy that under the radar, going to get some consideration for player of the game is Mr. Gardner. He has been outstanding in this game. 4 touchbacks, 2 made field goals, and now he just punts inside the 10.
Not a lot of times that you're talking about the kicker, but he has owned the game to a certain extent. So the pride comes out. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 9. Trayton Fair, 4 out of 13, just 35 yards and an interception.
1-1 bottom of the 10.
25-yard punt, Eric, but a perfect pooch kick right in the corner, and the pride starts again deep in their own territory.
1st and 10 from the 10. Fair, handoff, quick hitter left side. And that's Partita. And there's not a lot there. Might have picked up 3. On the stop, Mr. Jackson.
1-1 bottom of the 10.
Dirksey also a part of that play.
Got a world. I don't know if you're coach. We got a World Series update. It is 1-1 Dodgers Red Sox, bottom of the 10th.
Wow.
Take the DH out, and the offense goes away.
Fair again, handoff. Partita. He's across the 15 to the 20. It'll be enough for a 1st down. And once again, Jaden Jackson on the stop. He's going to pick up 7 yards and get a 1st down. And for Partita, he's had a run of 10, a run of 9, a run of 8, and a run of 7. He's got 17 carries for 55 yards.
Just a little over 3 yards a carry. And, you know, a guy who's a really good defensive player we have not talked much about tonight is Garrett Fountain, the free safety, because he hasn't had to do anything because that front 7 has been so dominant for the Bulldogs that he realized I think he's only made maybe 1-2 tackles at the most.
Fair up the middle. Partita met by a horde of Bulldogs. The entire pack was in there, but it was stopped first by Curtis and then by Fountain. There you go.
Well,
you want me to call his name?
He came flying up from the free safety position. But he's one of the top tacklers for Turlock. He just hasn't had any opportunities.
Partita just a 1-yard pickup. Down to 7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the ball game. Bulldogs in charge, 27-0. Pride have not stopped working. Fair looks to throw quick, fires it out in the flat, and it's incomplete. Garza over there, and he could not bring it in. Ball thrown with some authority.
And I think he may have heard the heavy shoes of the defensive end, Jake Dirksey, as Dirksey was hot on his tail. And Dirksey's a big boy. You hear him coming.
3rd down and 10.
Yeah, it's his right ankle. He's got ice on it.
All right,
Clock
Coach.
is stopped with
Coach going to try to get a little more information on Kosakevich. Looks like he is a ankle sprain, right ankle sprain that got ice on it. Coach, I'm going to guess we probably will not see him again.
Probably not.
Fair fakes inside. In trouble. Avoids the pressure. Rolls to his right. Throws it downfield. Almost picked off by Fountain. Pass intended for Bass, and it'll be 4th down. That's going to bring up 4th and 10. And at this point, Caden Speckens going to come out and do his job.
And he's done he's participated a lot tonight, probably a lot more than Coach Tyler would have preferred. The Pride now just 2 for 10 in 3rd down.
Have not crossed the 50-yard line, right?
I think the closest they've got is about the 40. They got to the 46 on their last possession.
Hey, you want to see a mismatch?
What you got?
I'm standing next to 54.
Speckens gets the punt off, and it's a good one. It's going to chase Lynn back. He makes the catch going backwards at the 34. Trying to use his speed to get around the outside to the right. Cuts it back inside. He gets to the 40. Still on his feet to the 45. And Lynn, a nice return of about 12 yards. He has a lot of Pride company over there on the ground. Looks like maybe Julian Lindo was in on the play. But the Bulldogs will take over in great field goal position again. But Speckens did his job. He drove it out there pretty decently.
45-yard punt. I mean, look at it. He's got 5 punts over 30 yards, but it's those 2 shanks that led directly to 10 Bulldog points.
So Turlock with Paisley leading the way. 1st and 10 from their own 45.
I think we're going to see a straight diet of Frias.
Handoff up the middle. Frias bursts through a hole to the 50, using his speed. Cuts inside. 20, 10. He's going to take the pig to the pasture. Frias for 45.
And
Well,
that's what
Brian,
happens. You get a tired defense. One quick burst, and Frias ran away from everybody. Bass came from the complete opposite side of the field to try to make a touchdown-saving tackle, but he couldn't get there in time, and Frias goes for 55 yards, and the Bulldogs have put this game away. We got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Turlock.
Well, that doesn't surprise us at all. Watch Frias. Little mix-up on the handoff, but then he bursts up the hole. Watch this speed. Frias running away from defenders. Bass chasing him down, but he had to go a long way to get there. And Brian, that steady diet of Frias consisted of 1 serving.
Yeah, well, it was a big dose all at once.
6:18 on the clock. Another big play by the Bulldogs. Gardner out to kick the extra point.
And so Turlock, one of the more impressive Harvest Bowls victories we have seen over the past 9 years.
They're going to fake it, and they're going to throw it into the back of the end zone. There's nobody really there, and it'll be no good.
That was odd.
Yeah, and unnecessary.
Well, the only thing I can think of, and I don't think I would agree with this strategy, Coach, maybe you can chime in as well. If you get 2 there, it goes to 35, and then the clock runs. And if you're trying to get out of here and not get anybody else hurt, that would be my only, and I'm not excusing it or agreeing with it, but that would be my only thought.
Well, so with 6:18 to play here in the 4th quarter, it is Turlock 33, Pitman nothing. And as you look back over the history of this ball game, at the moment, this is the most one-sided contest, almost the most one-sided contest. Pitman won 40-6 back in 2009. That was a team where Turlock was 0-10. The Bulldogs have a 41-10 win on their side.
But when you talk about two teams that were believed to be very evenly matched, this is a big surprise. Not so much that Turlock is winning this game, but they're winning it so comfortably. I think we all thought this would be a 1-2 score game, and that has not been the case.
It's just been one of those days where things have gone right for the Bulldogs. They've gotten some big plays, and then they have gone wrong for the Pride, where they've had big plays to make and couldn't make them. These two teams play again, I guarantee you it would be a result that is much closer, I think. So Pitman, what a year they've had. 9-0, 4-0 in conference. I know that this is a tough way for them to finish up the regular season, but they do have more opportunities. They'll be in the Division II playoffs starting next week. Gardner along the ground. Picked up on the 31. Picked up there trying to go around the outside. He's going to be driven down at the 40. Stop made by Ryan Birch. The return by Ricardo Aguilar. And Pitman going to start on their best field position of the night, I think, Brian, at the 41.
And they got an opportunity to get across midfield. And for Pitman right now, you just like to get on the scoreboard. You don't want to get shut out. And you want to get some confidence. You're playing next week, and you got a good chance to host a first-round game in the Division II playoffs. You want to leave with a good taste in your mouth.
You're looking for little victories right now that turn into big momentum.
Your Friday, because Turlock and Pitman may both host.
Handoff. Bass sweeping on a jet sweep down around the left side. Dirksey is going to read that, track him down, no gain. And Peyton Bass is not had the kind of night that they needed out of Bass. Bass has run for 797 yards this year. Tonight, 7 carries for just 10 yards. Bass has been targeted 3 times, has no receptions, has been a non-factor in this one.
And this guy who has, 1,200 yards from scrimmage this year?
Yep.
He has been a complete non-factor.
Pride break the huddle. It's 2nd down and 10. Handoff. No, he keeps it, runs the option to the outside. Gets it over to Garza, and Garza is tackled by Curtis. Again, not much of a gain. And I'm not sure, do we have a new quarterback in? Am I still seeing Fair? Is Trayton Fair?
I think that is. I thought that was fair.
Yeah.
I'm relying on my spotter, David Woods. For some reason, I wasn't sure.
But a tough night for Trayton Fair. I was excited to watch him play again tonight.
Yep.
He had a solid game last year, but this year it has been a struggle.
Fair with the football in the pocket, down the middle, tries to hit Bass, and it's incomplete.
And that's kind of the way the night's gone for the Pride. Another 3 and out. Now 2 for 11 on 3rd downs is Pitman.
And they're going to have to punt the ball again.
Brian, key score in TVL.
4:37 to go.
All right, Coach has got a score update from the TVL. Go ahead, Coach.
The big championship game, Modesto Christian 21, Ripon 19, fourth quarter.
MC trying to go for the perfect season. MC went into that game with a 9-0 record, 5-0 in conference.
And there'll be 4 teams from that conference going to the playoffs. MC Ripon as well as Escalon and Hillmar.
Caden Speckens gets off the punt. Fielded on the fly by Lynn at the 27, and he will go nowhere. Brought down by Ricardo Aguilar.
And it's like all of a sudden Speckens has gotten relaxed because that is another boomer. 43-yard punt, no return as we move inside 4.5 minutes to go in this ball game.
Well, Speckens showing you a little bit about what the man can do. That's when you feel really bad for him because you know what he's capable of.
Yeah, and he's shown it.
Couple of tough punts, and he's got himself back together now. Paisley will lead the Bulldogs again. Lone back in the backfield is Curtis. Actually, it's Rogers. Rico Rogers bounces it out to the outside. He gets out across the 25 to the 28. He'll pick up 3. Stop there by Partita.
And a lot of new numbers out there on the offensive line and in the skill positions for the Bulldogs. Lynn now at wide receiver. The only starters out there that I recognize are Sherwood and Pena.
We got Baldwin still out wide to the left now with Lynn in the slot, near side. Sherwood wide right. Handoff. Rogers again up the middle, and this time he's going to pick up 2. He gets out to the 30. Bulldogs 2 yards away from getting to 100 yards rushing. They have 379 yards of total offense.
Update on Kosakovic.
What do you got, Larry?
I talked to Kosakovic, and he said he would be good to go for next week.
Okay, but obviously he will not be back in. But there'll be a lot of treatment for him over the next 7 days. Now, if you're the Bulldogs, you hope you don't have to play until Friday night.
Right.
Give him another day off.
Lots of ice.
Paisley looking at the play on his wrist. Clock winding. And there's going to be a flag, and it looks like it'll be delay game.
Well, he took it all the way down. He just took it a little too far down.
That is the 11th penalty against Turlock, and that'll be something that the Bulldogs will want to clean up. 11 penalties for 120 yards. 3 minutes to go in this one. It is all over but the shouting. Bulldogs 33-0. Handoff, Rogers. Makes one miss at the line of scrimmage. Bursts through, gets across the 30 to the 35. 36-yard line. So Rogers finally brought down by Borelli. Picked up 6.
And the Bulldogs are going to kick it away. Pitman will get one more opportunity to try to get on the scoreboard.
So I tell you what, if Gardner drops this one inside the opponent's 20, he is our player of the game.
Watch him hit a line drive and watch it skip and roll.
That'd be a 50-yard punt. Gardner gets it off. It's going to bounce at the 40 and take a huge roll.
What was that, Eric?
Inside the 30. Down to the 25-yard line.
Because we've never had a kicker as the player of the game, but we almost did there.
So Gardner, that's just the cherry on top of a good night for him.
2:06
to go.
45-yard punt for Gardner.
So close to that 50-yarder.
So Pitman going to try to one more time. And again, they have been pin deep all night long. We talked at the open, Eric. They needed to limit the losses, turn the dogs over, and have a short field. And that has not happened tonight.
Lucas Lavezo comes into quarterback. So we have seen the last of Trayton Fair. Laveza. Handoff up the middle. Partita still running hard. Partita stopped there by Wilver Esquivel. Partita is going to pick up 7.
And Coach Peterson has emptied the bench on defense.
This is one of those
We don't see too many Harvest Bowls where you see both teams emptying the bench.
No. This is a tough way to lose your 9-0. Handoff up the middle. Picking his way into the 40-yard line. Is that Partita? So Julian Lindo gets his first carry.
We're going down the depth chart here.
Yeah, Lindo, his first carry. Picked up enough for the first down. The Pride still trying to get into the Bulldog territory for the first time.
Peterson just got an ice bath.
Pride comes up to the line of scrimmage as this one is almost done. Levezo, handoff. And breaking out, he's got some room. He gets across the 40. He's going to be rolled out of bounds. Stopped out there by Caleb Lemon.
So Lindo with the longest run of the night for the Pride. Unfortunately, it happens for Pitman with under a minute to go in the ball game.
25-yard run by Lindo. And it is the first time they have crossed midfield.
We have our harvest moon.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
46.7 seconds. Handoff to Nagy. Nagy is going to pick himself up about 4 yards. That's his first carry of the night. And we're at the Harvest Bowl with a Harvest Moon. 22 seconds to go. Leveso, second back, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. First one in there was Kyle Rummayor. And maybe a yard. And that'll be the last play of the ball game. When the gun sounds, Bulldogs are going to be your winner of the 15th annual Harvest Bowl, and they did it in grand fashion with a 33-0 shellacking of the Pitman Pride. So it's all done here. The Bulldogs 33, the Pride nothing. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, it'll be time for the Pizza Factory postgame report right after these messages.
Are you looking for a family-friendly place to eat? Look no farther than Pizza Factory, located on West Monte Vista Avenue, right across from Stanislaus State University. They have great pizza, salads, wings, jalapeno cheesy bread, and so much more, including the beer wall. Multiple TVs and a party room with games for the kids. They are open daily from 11 to 9 and up to 10 p.m. on the weekends. Check them out. Pizza Factory on Monte Vista. Call them 634-5000 or order your pizza online.
Looking to buy or sell your home, purchase an investment property, or need help managing your current investment property? There's no better team in Turlock to handle all your real estate needs than Troy and Dave at Ulrich Real Estate. Give them a call at 209-678-5325 or 209-678-0060. You can always check them out on their website at ulrichrealestate.com. Ulrich Real Estate, serving the real estate needs of the Turlock community for over 10 years with great service in a simplified, down-to-earth way. It's that time of year again. The BONANDER BUICK GMC Fall Finale Sales Event is back, where you can get up to $15,000 off MSRP on select 2018 cars and trucks. And while you're visiting their dealership in downtown Turlock, check out the redesigned 2019 GMC Sierra pickup with great new features both inside and out. Give them a call at 209-850-3943, or to check out their entire selection online, go to bonanderbuickgmc.com.
Located at 1572 Fulkerth Road in Turlock, Lori Crivelli has been serving the local community for 25 years as a fully independent insurance agency specializing in commercial and agricultural insurance. Call 209-668-3319 to make an appointment to get a complete review of your current policy, or find them online at crivellisinsurance.com to get a free quote. Crivelli's Insurance, an agency you can count on.
Well, welcome back, everybody. The 2018 Harvest Bowl, the 15th edition of this game, has been brought to you by the NorCal SportsTV and Blue Chip Sports Broadcasting, presented by the Turlock High School Quarterback Club. It is time for the Pizza Factory postgame report, but first, it's time for the scoring summary. The scoring got underway. Turlock drew first blood. They scored in the first period with 5:01 to go on a 63-yard touchdown pass from Kosakevich to Sherwood. The point after was good, and Turlock led 7-0.
Four-play, 84-yard drive, minute and 58 seconds off the clock, and that was just the first of many times where the Bulldogs just out-physicaled the Pitman secondary.
In the second quarter, the Bulldogs scored with 7:18 to go on a 12-yard TD run by Kosakevich. Again, Gardner converted on the extra point, and Bulldogs led by 2 scores.
8-play, 40-yard drive, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Key play, the conversion on 3rd and 26. Kosakevich to Baldwin over the top of the smaller Alvarez, kept the drive alive, and Kosakevich scored on the next play.
And then the flurry that ended the first half with 1:10 to go. A 4-yard TD pass from Kosakevich to Sherwood. Sherwood's second of the game. After the point after, it was 21-0.
That was an 8-play, 75-yard drive, 2 minutes and 58 seconds to go, and you could tell Turlock was beginning to pull away.
And after a shanked punt, a 1-play drive with no time left on the clock was culminated with a 43-yard field goal by Gardner. That made the score 24-0 at halftime. In the third quarter, Turlock on the board again. 5:34 to go. A 23-yard field goal by Gardner. His second of the game made it 27-0.
And that was a 11-play, 52-yard drive. Took 6.5 minutes off the clock. And again, a 3rd and long conversion. Kosakevich to Baldwin over the top of Vasquez. And the Bulldogs were in complete control.
In the fourth quarter, the final score of the game with 6:18 to go was a 55-yard touchdown run by Frias. The 2-point pass was no good, and the Bulldogs went up 33-0. And for all intents and purposes, Katie barred the door.
Yeah, 1 play, 55 yards. Took them 13 seconds to go. Those 55 yards, game over.
So with that, we'll take a look at the stats. First for the Pitman Pride, Trayton Fair. Tough night for Trayton. He went 4 out of 16 for 35 yards, no touchdowns. He threw 1 interception. The leading receiver tonight was Jacob Partita. He had 2 catches for 18 yards. Ricardo Aguilar, just 1 reception for 10 yards. Borelli got on the board with 1 reception for 7 yards. On the ground, the Pride was led by Jacob Partita there as well. 19 carries, 63 yards. Peyton Bass, just 7 carries for 10 yards. Lindo, 2 carries for 30 yards as well. In the end, for Pitman, they finish with 148 yards of total offense, 4 penalties, 35 yards, and they had 1 turnover. For Turlock, here are the numbers for the Bulldogs. Kosakevich, before he got hurt, went 9 out of 14 for 281 yards. He got a couple of touchdown passes and an interception. Both touchdown passes were to Cameron Sherwood. He had 4 receptions for 127 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he was not the only one that had big plays. He had the 63-yard touchdown, but Holden Baldwin, 2 catches for 62 yards. Miguel Pena, 1 catch for 65 yards, and Lucas Curtis, a catch for 22. On the ground, Kosakevich had 12 carries for 28 yards, but Anthony Frias, on the strength of a 55-yard touchdown run, was their leading rusher. 8 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown. On the night, the Bulldogs 395 yards of total offense. They had 1 turnover and interception by Kosakevich. They committed 11 penalties for 120 yards. So the numbers all completely in the Bulldogs' favor. And they end up winning 33-0. We're going to go to midfield now, where the coach has set up with a couple of players that had really nice nights.
I've got the 2 players of the game. Number 55 on defense was Tamara Bullock, and on offense was Cameron Sherwood. We'll talk with Cameron. He got the game rolling tonight with a huge touchdown catch. How did it play that out for us?
I saw Jonah. The play was actually designed to go the other way, and Jonah worked out of it and scrambled the other way. And so me and Jonah, I always tell him, if you're scrambling, I'm running with you. And I was running. He kind of off balance, made a throw that coach probably didn't want him to make. The DB made a play on it, almost picked it off. Thank gosh, got landed in my hands, turned up the field. I saw Luke come down and make a crackback block, and it was just up the sidelines. I just thought to myself, man, it'd suck if I got caught, so I just took off.
All right, and the defense controlled the tempo of the ball game tonight. No doubt about it. The down front 5 gave the linebackers a chance to really flow to the ball. You guys just controlled the defensive line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we came out like our coach said. He said, come out. Every time we see the guards come down, just squeeze. So we would squeeze, and our linebackers, they would just get free lanes, just go and get in the tackle. What we're told to do all week at practice, basically just squeeze, and that's it.
Great job. They only averaged about 3 yards per rush. They came in with a big offensive game, and you guys just completely shut them down.
Yeah. So basically, when we started the week, we were really they had a lot of formations that coach was trying to go over, and it was complicated at first. We're kind of all shook up, but then once the week started going on, we started figuring out their offense, and we got the calls down to simpler calls, and so it just made it real easy to read their offense and where to go.
Now, offensively, Coach Kovic came out a little slow, but he finally got, found you, and it really opened the ball game up.
Yeah, he knew that his job, he's a leader on offense, so, he came out a little slow, but, I mean, he's a great kid, man, great player, works hard, off the field, on the field. He came out today, and, some of the things early on weren't going for him, and so, I mean, the way he plays, he just finds other ways to get going, and so that's what he really did tonight.
And now you guys head to the playoffs. What do you have to do to be successful in the next round?
I think it's just staying focused, staying disciplined. Coaches, they always tell us on our side, just do your job. Don't worry about being the superhero. Don't worry about making big plays. Just do your job, and all 11 guys on each side of the ball they're going to contribute and do their job.
The playoffs, you win with defense. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, basically, we're going to, like Coach King does, he goes over film. He gets all the film we need. Any film you can think of getting, he's going to get it. So we're going to be ready and prepared for any team we play.
Okay, guys, congratulations. You got the big victory. Good luck in the postseason. Back to you.
That was Cameron Sherwood and Tamir Bullock, two of the fine Turlock Bulldog players tonight. Brian, the Bulldogs have now won 5 of these in a row. 5 Harvest Bowls in a row. There are people that have gone through 4 years of high school that have never seen the Bulldogs lose in this game, and I never thought you'd see that happen.
No, I didn't either, and I think the interesting part about it too, Eric, is that this, of the 5 games, by far the most dominant. That defense tonight won that game. I mean, they absolutely throttled an outstanding offensive football team. I don't think people realize how good this Pitman High offense has been. They have scored 30-plus points multiple times this year. They averaged nearly 400 yards of offense a night, and tonight they got 140 and did not cross midfield until the final minute of the football game when all was said and done.
And this one I thought was going to be a very, very competitive ball game. Pitman has no reason to hang their heads. They've had a great year, and it is a heartbreaker to lose in your last game of the regular season and miss that 10-0 goal. That's a heartbreaker.
It is, and especially to be just completely dominated from start to finish tonight. And, Coach Tyler, they'll rally the troops. They still had a great season, 9-1. They're probably going to host a playoff game here next weekend. Pitman has to really focus on turning the page and trying to put a good showing on in the postseason. If you're a Bulldog fan, the Bulldogs are going to be here for at least 1 and possibly 2 home playoff games. This win is a big deal when it comes to the seeding. Even though Turlock's lost 3 times, their strength of schedule is as strong as anybody in the section. It'll be very interesting to see where they are seated going into next week's playoffs.
So I think we've got Coach Larry Johnson heading up to the broadcast booth. But, Coach, do you have me on? Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Ooh. So why don't you go ahead and pick the first player of the game, or the first Carey Unternayer Dentistry player of the game. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Turlock D. They were huge.
That's 11 players.
That's okay.
He can do what he wants.
I'll take 44 because he was huge.
Jaden Jackson.
Yeah, he was all over the place first half. They controlled him a little bit in the second half, but like I said, they're down 5, allowed the linebacker over the place, and that really set the tone. They had the Pitman quarterback running for his life, and take 44.
All right, good pick, Coach. I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna just go weird because I love what this kid did tonight. Christian Gardner, the kicker, 2 field goals, including a 43-yarder, perfect on extra points. Made all 3 of his. He punted well, including a 45-yarder at the very end of the game that almost guaranteed him the top spot. But I'll take Christian Gardner. What was supposed to be a strength for Pitman turned out to be a strength for the Bulldogs as they won the special teams battle. 4 or 5 touchbacks. The kid's leg was phenomenal tonight. I like Christian Gardner.
He set the tone for the whole night from the beginning, from the first kickoff into the end zone. He set everything up. And for me, I'll take the player of the game. And there's so many to choose from. But I'm going to go with the guy that we said if he's just be Jonah. And tonight he was just Jonah. He did turn the ball over one time, an ill-advised pass, but otherwise, Kosakevich tonight, 9 of 14 passing for 281 yards, a couple of touchdowns. He did throw the 1 pick. He didn't run a ton tonight. He had 12 carries for 28 yards, but he set the tone, and he made plays with his legs as well as his arm.
He ran the show. He didn't try to do too much. And as a result, to me, Turlock's opportunity in the playoffs is going to lay basically at the ankle of Kosakevich. If that ankle is good to go, they got a chance to be dangerous those first couple of rounds. If he's not, it's going to be tough for the Bulldogs.
So for Turlock, it's interesting. They had 25 plays in the first half for 212 yards, 25 plays in the second half for 183 yards. A nice balanced attack to get to 395 yards in the ball game. That's going to wrap it up here from Joe Debley Field. You've been listening to the Harvest Bowl 2018 on NorCal Sports TV and Blue Chip Sports. It has been brought to you by our following sponsors: the Turlock High Quarterback Club, Winton, Ireland, Strawman Green. Special thanks to Pizza Factory, Crivelli Shirts and More, as well as HAUCK'S Grill. Turlock Direct Magazine, Bonander GMC, Farmers Insurance, Nathan DeBlevich, your local Farmers Insurance agent, Kinetic Works, Crivelli's Insurance, the Recovery Lab, Dr. Carrie Unternayer Dentistry, and Ulrich Realty. As always, for NorCal Sports and Blue Chip Sports Broadcasting, want to thank you for listening tonight. For the coach, Larry Johnson, from my partner, Brian Nelson, my name's Eric Davis, and our spotter, David W. Woods. We want to say thank you, good night, and God bless everybody.
Tonight's broadcast of the Harvest Bowl is brought to you by the Turlock High Bulldogs Quarterback Club. Join the Turlock High Bulldogs Quarterback Club for a breakfast buffet at Latif's in Turlock on Saturday, October 27th at 8 a.m. Come meet and hear from our players and coaches about all three games. Go Bulldogs!